Hey guys, Cotton Grammar here. Assimilation hot seat mashup. Got a lot of special stuff to go over and talk about tonight, and got some special guests. Obviously, my partner tonight. We're doing this together, Mr. Joe Marfolio. What's up, Joe?
Hey guys, what's happening, man? Excited to be here. Gonna be a
Uh,
good one.
that's like true. And where there's Joe, there always seems to be not far behind Mr. $100,000 a month Gregory Ortiz. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Cotton. Hey, everyone. How's it going?
So tonight you're going to get all three of us to help you if you have any questions about your business, if you need to get on the hot seat. Guys, don't be shy. I'm telling you right now that I normally don't do one-on-ones. I know Joe doesn't do one-on-ones. I know Gregory doesn't do one-on-ones. If you want an opportunity to come on here and have us pretend like we're on a one-on-one phone call, that's what these hot seats are. Answer your questions, fix whatever you got. We'll be more than happy to do that. So if you want to get on, you need to let us know. But I'll tell you what we're going to be at tonight. We're going to be in the OMG way. So for those of you that are going to be following us, we're going to use a lot of participation tonight because we're also going to be talking about the 10 best ways that you need to be making money inside of OMG. We're going to talk about them, tell you the pluses, the minuses, the levels of difficulty, and that should give you better ideas of where to take your business. We're also going to be talking about briefly. I had an infographic made up of 200 ways to make money online. We're going to give you access to that, and we're briefly going to go over it and discuss that to give you ideas, especially if you're new, exactly how you can be making money. I'm not talking about a career, but how you could possibly pay for your OMG membership, how it can fund your PBNs, how it can fund some of the software that you have to pay for, but definitely start putting money in your pocket right away. We're going to discuss that as well. But first, we're going to do some hot seats. So, Joe, what's it looking like from the question box?
Let's see. I don't. If you guys want to come on to hot seat, man, you got. Let's put it right here in the question box. I got a couple of questions here, but let's see here. We got a few. So come on. We have a lot of people on tonight. So listen, even if you guys are a little bit nervous or anything, it doesn't matter, if you're trying to get clients, if you're stuck on something, just put it in here and we'll bring you live. And it's really a rare opportunity. Let's see. Okay, so we got Scott Bender says he has an Orlando's single and dating matchmaking client that he cannot get past page 2. So, I mean, we could bring Scott on. Scott, do you have a microphone? We could take a look at his site. Let's see. Let me unmute Scott. See if he's even. Scott. Let's see.
I'll let you guys find him. Probably do that. While they're finding him really quick and we're waiting on Scott to come on, just wanted to briefly give you guys an update of what's been going on this week. Fletch, Mike Long, myself, and several other OMGers, my light partner in assimilation, Derek Owasiak, Joshua Earp, Jimmy Kelly, all of us were at Jimmy Kelly's event in Austin, Texas. Amazing event. A lot of great relationships were made. Great seeing everyone else there. I think I've seen Fletch almost every month for the last 5 months. You guys are going to get to see him next. It's Assimilation New York, also OMG Live. But fantastic event, very classy event that Jimmy put on. Solid information, and definitely had a wonderful time there in Austin. So for those of you that get an opportunity to go to anything that is at advanced level, and you're tethering on, you think you've got all of OMG grasp, definitely worth your time. And that's where I've been on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I got back late last night. I know Mike just got back today, but it just wrapped up late last night. But definitely had a wonderful time there. So if you wanted to know where all the OMGers were at, if you've seen the post, that's exactly what we were doing. You get a chance to find Scott and bring him on?
I got him unmuted. Hey, Scott, are you there? got you I don't know if he knows he's unmuted, but hey, Scott. Okay, I don't think. All right. I don't think he says he's here. I think he muted himself by mistake. Hold on. Scott. All right, Scott, I unmuted you. If just press that little microphone right there, and you should be able to mute yourself. All right. Well, while Scott's figuring that out, we could probably go look see if we see anybody else in here.
Guys, I need to make sure you're awake. Do you even hear me? Because there's not a lot of participation tonight. Give me a 1 if you can even hear me. We have very little questions in the chat box. Guys, listen. I know that you guys have tons of questions. I know you're stuck on something, whether it's a client, a website, or whatever. I'm a little shocked that, I've never been on a lot of these hot seats before, but it seems like you guys would be jumping to get on here to ask some questions. It's what you showed up here for. Come on, guys. Let's get in and let's get some questions here.
Here's one, Con, what do you think about this from Tim? He says, what's the best way to build enough confidence to solicit an SEO client? Maybe we can bring him on.
You know, so, just like throw him on. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm good with anything.
Yeah, let me get. All right, let me bring Tim on right here.
Actually, I just want to ask a quick question. How many people here have not met myself, Cotton, or Joe, or maybe you have, and you just wish you could ask us a question or questions one-on-one? If that is you, can you give me a 2 in the chat box?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me now? It's Scott Bender.
Yes, we can.
Oh.
Okay, so I see a bunch of 2s rolling in. So everyone that put in 2s and anyone who thinks that they would love the chance to ask a question to either me, Cotton, or Joe, or all of us together personally, you should be asking questions so we can bring you on a hot suite. All right?
Well, we got Scott on now. So go ahead, Scott. Go ahead and give us a little bit of background so we can kind of dig in for you.
Well, thank you very much, Cotton. I have a client, OrlandoSingleProfessional.com, all singular. And I can't get them to budge from page 2 to page 1 for 3 months, and would love to see your input on Orlando Single Professional and see what I am doing wrong or what I should do to improve what I'm doing with their SEO.
Okay. Joe, being this is your level, I'll let you run the hot seat, and I'll just kind of be a commentator.
Oh, well, yeah, if you want to bring it up, you want to bring up a site?
That's up to him. You want to ask him what his level of comfortability is.
Yes, I'm more than welcome to have you take a look at it. It's OrlandoSingleProfessional.com.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your what's the keyword you're going after?
Orlando singles, Orlando dating. Those are the 2 primary that have the most traffic. Now, if you put a space in there, Orlando single professional. Okay.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong.
I like spelled it wrong. I've got mics in front of me and everything else, so and I can't type, so that's why it's difficult for me.
Patton, since we live in the same city, I hope to meet you soon. And before Nashville.
Anything is possible, my friend. Anything is possible.
Love it.
I'll send you his address later.
Is this it right here?
Yes, sir.
Great.
So my H1s are good. My H2s are good. The content seems to be good, but for some reason, I can't get this to page 1 from page 2.
It looks like you're at the top of page 2. Is all this content original content?
100%.
All right. Have you been doing any linking to it with your PBNs?
I've been using PBNs both from Diggity Marketing and also my own.
Okay. What? How long have you been linking to the site?
4 months. We use a lot of Web 2.0s as well, and we create unique content for Web 2.0s, and then we point them to this. We've got 20 plus videos that are on unique video sharing sites with links back to it.
Okay. And all these pages on this site are all unique content?
Correct.
All right. Yeah.
Have you checked Copyscape to make sure it's all unique content by chance? Because I just checked your site in Copyscape, and it looks like your OrlandoProfessional.com/women has a duplicate match online under friendsconnection.com. And I'm checking your other pages right now as well.
You're not doing a lot of linking at all, though. None that's coming up unless you're hiding them.
I'm not hiding them, so that's what I don't understand. Because we've got 20-something videos sharing sites. We've got.
Yeah, but what about regular PBNs that has contextual links going back to them? Do you have any PBNs?
I have five of them right now.
Oh God, that's not. I mean, depending on the difficulty of the keyword, that's probably not going to be enough. The general rule of thumb is just this, and this is everything is fixed this simply. If you're stuck on page 2, and if you have 5 PBNs, wouldn't it make sense just to keep linking? We've always suggested if you follow what Greg does, do a minimum of 1 to 2 links a week, and that's a minimum, and just keep hammering it. When I look at this calendar here, I see that that there's nothing that Ahrefs can be found except on the second. It looks like it's been idle. There's been one link that it could find on the second, and then until then, we go all the way back. There's no link. There's one link on the 23rd. And then we go back, and there's no links in all of July that I can find unless I go back more. So to me, it's just not being aggressive enough for a keyword that's probably going to be a little more difficult than you think it is.
Yeah, you recommend that I create landing pages with 500-600 word content with the keywords in them, or focus on the homepage.
Just please listen to what I'm always saying. If you can't use PBNs, you need to go out and you need to purchase about 10 more PBNs, and they need to be over 20 DA, over 20 trust flow. I guarantee you that if you put 2 or 3 more of those there, that you're going to land on page 1. And then the biggest mistake that people are making when they're going out trying to take on things aggressive is they stop doing what we teach in OMG. Now, you're not doing what we're teaching in OMG. It sounds like you're doing what you're learning in Viper Chill. So what's happening is all these 2.0s are great, but are they powered up?
Probably not.
Oh, all right. So then answer me this, and I'm not trying to be hard on you or anything, but what makes you think that a DA or a 92 DA PA0 is going to do anything to move your site up?
It won't.
Oh, all right. So that's the real issue, is where we're at right here. Looking at your link calendar right here, we've got 2 links that have went to your site that could be found in one of the biggest scrapers in the world. It can only find 2 links that it can report in the last 90 days. Now, that tells me right there that's why you're stuck. So what I needed to have seen is 2 or 3 links a week that are PBNs, and you would have already been probably number 1 by now. So that's what you need to do. So just follow exactly what we teach in OMG. Never stop linking, guys. There's one thing I want you to learn from this lesson is never stop linking until you get to number 1. You go, Cotton, what's the biggest secret that you got to all your number 1s wherever you're at? I don't stop linking. That's just it. So
you're recommending, Cotton, that I continue to just add a couple of PBNs every week,
absolutely,
whether they're mine or I'm using someone else's, and just continue to do the PBNs?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is there anything else other than in PBNs that you recommend?
I'm going to be honest with you. There's nothing, Scott, this is what I want to get across to everyone here tonight, and I want to keep it very, very, very simple. I don't use anything really besides power. And when I talk about power is that when you're using 2.0s, they got to be powered up. Or, I mean, yeah, they're helpful in clouding some stuff, and they're going to add some trust over there. But you could add people that use Money Robot and all these other things that have thousands of 2.0s around them. That doesn't guarantee that they're going to take a number 1 position. You need a PBN with contextual links going back over there that has some DA and some PA, and that's got some trust flow and citation flow, as we've been teaching. That simply is going to move it up alone. The biggest problem is people overcomplicate SEO, and they hear all of these other tricks and things that are going on instead of just taking it back to the basics. I promise you this. I promise you that if you go out and you find what I call a 20 times 4, find a PBN that's 20 times 4, and what I mean by that is 20 DA, 20 PA, 20 citation flow, 20 trust flow. You find that and you throw about 3 links at that, I guarantee you that's going to put you in the top 5. Unless there's something else I'm missing on your site. There's a lot of other things that you could do on the on-page list. You're not interlinking. You're not doing any of this stuff also that could bring more power to the pages that you're trying to rank. You're not linking your most powerful pages together either, which is going to put more juice going through the site to push you up. So there's some on-page stuff that you could do, but literally you really don't even need to do that. Does that kind of make sense?
Absolutely. I really appreciate it. I have one more question, Cotton.
Sure.
Do you recommend adding more content as opposed to the homepage and having the PBNs just go to the homepage to have some new content on inner pages with regard to the keywords with just an article that's just all about Orlando singles and Orlando dating?
No. You see more power. That's it. Don't overthink this. Just don't overthink
Very
this.
well.
Right.
I
Joe,
really appreciate your time and courtesy. Thank you very much.
Joe, Gregory, you guys have anything that you want to add to this?
No, I just agree with you completely. I mean, Scott, if you think about it, you're going to spend more money on more articles, right? Why would you waste more money on something that isn't fully ranked yet? Like when I build a site, I try to make it as skeleton as possible, get it somewhat ranked, and then spend money on it. Like just imagine if you keep spending hundreds of dollars or whatever it is on this site and it's not on page 1 yet, what's the point? Just like Cotton said, just get power. So just follow what Cotton said.
Okay, thank you guys. Really appreciate you allowing me to be on the hot seat.
Sure.
Appreciate it very much.
Joe, do you have anything else you wanted to add to this?
No, just everything you said, and then two is keep in mind is even though you can have YouTube videos, links from your video sites and all that, that does not make up for PBNs. It's just, it's the foundation of everything we teach, and that's because it works. So I think you covered it pretty well.
Fantastic. Well, you can find the next person that wants to sizzle their butt, Joe. On the hot seat.
All right. How about, let's see if we can bring this guy Tim on, Tim Tibbet, because he's having problems soliciting clients.
While you're looking for him, that sounds great. Guys, do me a favor, and if what we said, Joe, Gregory, and myself made sense, give me a hashtag keep linking in the OMG Facebook group on the picture. I want to make sure that everyone's following along. What do you do if you're stuck on 2? Keep linking. Guys, it's something, there's literally 5 topics that I look for when OMGers come to me and ask what's going on. 1, they're not working. They're doing 2 hours a day. And the third, and right in there is they just stop linking. They just stop linking. And you know what? Greg continues to link. And you can ask Gregory and Joe, do you guys stop linking before you get to number 1?
No, I don't stop linking then, and even when I am number 1, I still don't stop linking because the guy at number 2, if he doesn't stop, then I'm definitely not going to stop.
Yeah, and I just keep linking. If I can't get where I want, I just keep linking until I get there. That's about it.
Exactly. It just needs more power. That's it. It's that simple. If you guys, persistence and patience. So, I'm going to laugh. I never asked Scott, but he's been trying to do it for 90 days. But to me, with what little he's got, I think he's got an amazing ranking for almost 2 links that from Ahrefs can pick up in the last 90 days. So,
yeah, no, he put some more links to that. He's gonna be on page 1 before he knows it.
Exactly. So,
all right, let's see if we bring Tim on. See if his mic is working. Hey, Tim, are you there?
I'm here. Sure I am.
All right, Tim. Nice to meet you. Where are you calling from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Got a little bit of southern accent there. So.
I can't tell it, but you can.
All right. So how can we help you out, Tim?
I was just curious. I know I haven't put a site up yet, but if you put up like the Iowa City SEO, if you put up a site like that, I hate to put one up and not be able to handle a client when it comes to me. So that's the question I'm asking. You know, what's the best way for me to get to that point?
I,
Who do you guys
you
want
know,
to go first on this?
I know, God.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Okay.
I'm just going to start off with one sentence, and then I'm going to get handed off to Joe. What happens if you can't swerve out of the way of the car that's trying to hit you going to the grocery store? Should you just stay home?
No.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, I mean, I was going to say, listen, if you can put a site together like Iowa City SEO and you can rank it, you know, then you can handle whatever client comes your way. And dude, it's almost like you got people sit at the edge of the pool and they don't want to jump in, you know. And you know, if you put your site up, you get a phone call, dude, you take on the client. You know, if they need SEO, you need help. It's all right there in OMG. And in my opinion, if you want to progress, if people want to move to the next level, dude, they got to have some fire under them and some pressure. And if you get a client, then you're gonna get your button gear and you're gonna get stuff moving. But you know, you ain't gonna make no money sitting on the sidelines.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm limited with time, and I yeah, I figured if I could get a site rank there, then yeah, I could surely handle there. So, okay.
I mean, how long you been in OMG for?
About 6 weeks.
Oh, okay, so you just started. I mean, you know, have you gone through all Greg's training that he has there?
No, not all of it. No.
Yeah.
I've been through a large portion of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go through his training. I would go through the if you want to build your own SEO site, go through the Iowa City SEO and start taking action, start getting the site up, start putting it together, start getting in motion, learning different things, hopping on these webinars, asking questions. Then, you know, and then get into content stuff, his Velvet Rope training and his client SEO training. But you know, you have to start somewhere. So I mean, I would start building out a site, start ranking it, and then start getting clients.
Okay, good enough.
Let me ask you this: what was your desire to be in OMG?
Well, I was in business for myself for 21 years, and for the last 5 years, I've been working with somebody else, and I want to go back working for myself.
Great. So you really just want freedom to be able to work for yourself and to stay at home. So
that's right.
Do you really? I like sometimes wonder. You asked what happens if I get successful and I can't stay successful. That was your basic question. Now, when I break it down like that, does that literally make any sense?
No.
Right.
No.
But what are you going to do if you've got a son and he wants to ask a girl out to the prom? You're going to tell him that he's not going to go if he doesn't ask somebody. He goes, what if I messed it up? You tell him to just buck it up and go. What I want everyone to understand that's brand new is that, guys, you're going to mess up, and that's okay. But would you rather sit on the sidelines and wonder what it would be like to be in the game, or would you rather be paid to learn? So if you can get a client, trust me when I say this, there's enough hot seats, there's enough Q&As, there's enough help through the Facebook group, and there's enough support to where I'm telling you right now, if you posted in the Facebook group, this is my first deal, I'm new, I just don't know what to do, you're going to have a plethora of people jump in and try to help you.
Oh, okay.
So this isn't just, hey, you know, we're going to throw you out in the middle of the lake and watch you drown. We like helping people when they're in the middle of the action. So right in the middle of an action scene, you got people chasing you, you don't know what to do. That's when I like to jump in and help people because that told me that they took action to get to where they're at. So the last thing I would worry about is, Cotton, what if I get too successful and I get 47 phone calls in a week and I can't handle it all? Then you got a good problem. I will show you how to handle it. So I wouldn't worry about problems that you don't have. I would just go out and be as aggressive as you can. And just know that you've got the support, that if there's something you can't do, if you fall, we're going to have a hand to pull you back up. So I wouldn't worry about it. You're going to be fine. And start that site. That's the last thing I want anyone that's new to think about. What if I can't do it? Well, what if you end up making, $100,000 a month? What if you do that? You never know until you take the first step forward in the journey. But right now, you're just idle. You haven't started your journey yet. You need to take the steps forward to start it, and who knows where you'll end up. But you'll never know unless you try.
Right. Okay. Good enough.
Good.
Thank you.
Sure. You guys have anything else to add?
No, I mean that covered it for me.
Oh, you hit it perfectly. Just like you always say, don't worry about problems you don't have until you have them. So.
Right. Great.
All right, let's mute him back. And all right, you want to do another hot seat? Let's see. If you guys see anybody in here, just let me know. So guys, let's see, man, we got a lot of people on, so we want to bring on another hot seat. So I got a couple people. If you want to be on a hot seat, put it in here now. Okay, so Amy says she would like to jump on a hot seat. AMI, Amy McCain.
Good. We don't even want to know what it is. Let's just throw her on. Those are the best. They just blind us.
Yeah. All right, let's get her here.
Hold on. Amy wants to know what conditioner Gregory Ortiz uses because he has nice flowing hair. Gregory? I'm just joking.
Herbal essences?
Really, because you had that Pantene kind of glow, Gregory, last time I saw
There we go. Hey, Amy, how are you doing?
I'm doing.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, it looks like I am muted and Joe muted.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, hey, Amy.
Yes.
Hello. Actually, this question is for Greg, but I promise you it has nothing to do with conditioner.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, a couple questions. I've just signed a contract for my first client on Tuesday.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And it's actually a referral, so from another client where I did some trading of services, and they're already referring me out to other business owners. Having listened to the hot seat today, I already know I'm going to need more PBNs in my arsenal. But one of the things I keep getting stuck on is theming my PBNs. Because in some of the training, I've heard some different ideas as to either why to theme your entire PBN or how general will work better. And I'm just kind of working with a smaller budget to start. But I know I want to kind of build a network that's going to work for multiple clients, same niche, and just basically kind of making my dollar stretch as far as possible to get started. So do you theme your PBNs? If so, how deep do you need to take that theming? Because I'm just trying to, again, just make my initial. I have 5 right now, but I know I'm going to need more than that.
Yeah, sure. So I'll just make it pretty brief but straight to the point. The way I personally do mine is I go by like what the Majestic topical trust is, and I go by the broader niche as opposed to the specific one, just because like if I had someone that was like a dentist, I would need something that's health/dental, and you won't really find as many of those as you would health. And in my mind, and I've tested it a lot, Google really only cares about the main topic, and once again you're going by Majestic, which is not Google, so I just use that in general, and it's been working pretty well from all the testing and everything that I've done and all the rankings I have so far. Like as a matter of fact, even for like my SEO sites, like I'll use stuff that's computer based or business based, and it doesn't matter what the sub is as long as the original one is about that. But if you have like specific questions, I'm more than happy to jump on a PM session with you via Facebook, no problem.
Okay, that would be great. And then just to expand on that a little bit further, so are you re-theming them once you get the domain? So, for example, one of my PBNs, it was all about horses before, but I was when I was kind of rewriting the content for this, I changed it and I could make it about posture. I could make it about leather goods, anything that kind of, it was kind of a loose tie to the niche, but I made the articles seem more natural towards where the PBNs are going to post. So when you're theming your PBNs, are you basing them off of the original content, or are you just kind of rewriting it?
No, I pretty much based them loosely around the general topic on what I want it to be, because the way I think of it is like Google's not going to penalize you in my mind what archive.org shows it used to be unless it was spam. So let's say, for example, the site was called Amy's Ranch, right?
Okay.
and it used to be about horses, but you now own a company called Amy's Ranch because you're selling, let's say, ranch dressing for salads, right? Is
Okay.
Google then going to say, no, she can't rank for anything because she's now about ranch dressing when it used to be a ranch for horses? Of course not. So
Okay.
it's more about the things where, like, if it shows spam in archive.org, then that I stay away from. But if it used to be about like a different topic, but I'm still staying within like a broad niche, then I'm okay, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
That makes sense. Great. Thank you so much.
No problem. Do you guys have anything you want to add to that?
No, didn't know.
Yeah, that was good. I think we got it. Was that it, Amy, or was there any other questions?
That was it for this week. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Amy, for coming on.
Thank you, Amy.
Okay, let's mute Amy. All right, let's see. Who else do we got in here that is wanting to come on? We got a couple of questions here. Anton says if he had to choose between spanking a new domain, a spanking new partial match domain, and a DA TrustFlow 20 generic age domain, which one would you choose?
If I had to choose with a brand new partial match domain and a DATF 20 generic age domain, well, I'm going to choose the aged, but it depends on what it's for. I don't know. I mean, if you're talking about a PBN, or you're talking about ranking it.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on what you need it for. So you probably need a little more information on that one.
Come on, guys. Let's get it in there. Mr. Bennett, I've even been on the hot seat when you've been on before. We got to give other people a chance. So I know you want to get on, but when you're ranking number one in Seattle, we got to do it to people that actually need help.
Let's see.
Come on, guys. There it is. Throw them on. You got one right here. See if he doesn't mind hot seating. The last one in there. Just throw them on wild, man. Just throw them right in the pan.
Okay. All right.
He might want to talk about TV shows. It's okay.
All right. Let's bring him on. Let's see. We got here Sodiq, and I think that's how you say his name. I think he was on before. Let's see.
Yeah, Joe, he was. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Hey, Sodiq, what is that how you pronounce your name?
It's Sadiq.
Sadiq. Very good.
Yeah. I've come on before, and previously when I came on, it was about conversions, and I got the similar question to ask again.
Okay.
So I'm number one in Google for SEO Consultant London, SEO Expert London, basically any keyword to do with being an expert in SEO or consultant in SEO, but I'm having trouble converting the traffic. And one of the reasons I think this is because I haven't put myself on video, like my face, so I feel like everyone that's using those keywords to search actually wants to see who they're going to be dealing with. What would you say to that? I don't know.
I would say that that's incorrect because I don't show my face anywhere and I don't seem to have any problems.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've been having problems converting the traffic, and I just don't know why.
How much traffic?
Well, in the keyword planner, I do know that a lot of people that are also SEOs are kind of saturating the numbers, but for SEO Expert London, I think that's 1,000 searches a month, and then for SEO Consultant London, it's the similar, 1,200. And then visits to my site, I would say maybe between 10 and 20 a day, and they stay on the site for quite a while as well.
And you're pulling that through your analytics.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're pulling 10 to 20 a day, and how many calls are you getting a week?
On a good week, maybe 2 or 3, which I think is really low. And then sometimes I could go a whole week without none. Sometimes even 2 weeks without no phone calls. And
you're number one.
Yeah, I'm number one. Yeah, in Google.co.uk. I'm in London. Yeah.
We would have to pull up your website and have a look at it. That's conversion is one of these things to where it literally took me two months to tweak cottongrammar.com to make it to work. What you're doing is right now is you're grasping for straws, whether you think that your face is going to make it's just not. There's just something about your website. There's a lot of people that are shopping. You have to also understand that there is also trackers. one of the things that I keep saying is when you go after a city SEO niche, in my opinion, and this is my theory, and I think it holds true, that once you get over 500, that actually means that's not other SEOs checking. So,
Okay.
so what like happens is if you have 500 searches, you might only be getting really 20, 30 customers looking, maybe 100. When you get to 1,000, you might have people searching and looking. But if you're number one, why are they skipping over you and why are they going there? So you're saying that people are actually staying on your site and looking around. But I would need to see what's on your site. Gregory or Joe, do you guys want to look at his site real quick while I'm talking to him to see what it is?
I actually looked at it last time. I remember it well. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. You were number 3 at the time, right? When we last looked at your site.
Yeah, I was number 3 last time, and I've changed it up a bit. Yeah, it looks a bit different.
Yeah, because I remember I gave you a bunch of advice even afterwards on what could help you with conversion. Has any of that increased since the last time we spoke?
Yeah, way more than before, I would say. I did have 1 week where I got quite a few phone calls, but then it just dries up, and it's just weird. It's annoying. Yeah.
What's the site?
I think I put it in the chat box because it's an inner page. Should I put it in again?
Let me see if I can find it here.
I'll put it in again.
Yeah, put it in again. And then too, on those analytics, are you making sure that those are actually coming from organic search and it's not referral spam?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, because that's one of the issues I had before, and I kind of researched how to
What's the keyword
segment.
for again? London SEO consultant.
SEO consultant London, but you would have to search in google.co.uk. In .com, I think I'm third, but everyone in the UK uses .co.uk, google.co.uk.
What a weird search they would do over there, unless there's not anything over 500 to that nature on any geographical area in the United States with that keyword.
Yeah, I've realized that the search terms over here are quite different to what is being searched in the United States. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm just putting in the box now. London.
While we're on here and while we're waiting on you to pull it up, I see that Ty is on here. Ty, you better be ready to get on the hot seat because we're going to put you on. So either you better be ready with a question or just log out because I'm going to throw you on. Better be ready.
I put it in the chat box.
Okay.
Gregory, be looking for Ty and get ready to put her on. She's going to have a question for us. I know she's freaking out right now. That's okay.
All right, let's see. Okay, so it's on the. All right.
Brad Kellum, we are on the OMG way. Brad Kellum likes to send me messages during the webinar asking me what like group we're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I pulled up. I got the site up here. I'm looking at it.
That video is cringy. I put that video up yesterday. It's yeah.
I mean, I tell you the truth. I would clean. If it was me, I definitely would clean up. You know what you have next to this video right here. Learn how I will grow your business and maximize your ROI. I would definitely clean that up a bit. It almost looks like that ROI is a.
Joe, you want to take this screen so people can see this because I'm not on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then I can take it back. So take the screen and let people see it so at least they know what we're talking about so they're not blind.
All right, let me pull it up. Screen over. All right, let's here we go. Screen. All right. So can you guys see this?
Yep.
Okay. So it looks like he's using the director's cut theme, but I mean, you have your number up here. What I'm saying is I would clean this whole area up a little bit if it was me. I'd make it look a lot better. Even if I had to go out and hire somebody off of Fiverr, people per hour, and pay him $40, $50 or something to make this look a little more presentable. This video, I mean, what is this? You say it's cringe-worthy. Is it just a bad video or what?
It's just like a picture-in-picture video, just like really short video. My name's Sadiq Sarumi, and I'm an SEO.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, if it was me, I'd make this video a little more professional. You know, and
Yeah, I'd send that thing to Fiverr and just let some girl spokesmodel or guy spokesmodel do it. To just, I mean, it's just easier to do that.
yeah,
Unless
and
you're
then
just gonna be flawless with like everything.
yeah, especially too, yeah, exactly. And then Fiverr too, you can have someone make a sparkle or animated video. You know, so for $50, you'd have a really nice 2-minute video there.
Sure.
And then if you look at it, if you were a business that was, you know, if you were a business that was $1 million a year business, or you know, the kind of client you want, you know, you have to look at the site and say, well, is this going to attract them? You know, and that's where I'm saying is you want to make this first impression count as much as you can. I mean, you have your call to actions here, which is good. You have your link to your discovery form, but I would, you know, for my first impression is clean that top up a little bit. Then you have some proof of your rankings.
I'm just going to be straight with you, and I'm as honest as it gets. I don't like to cushion or tell anyone anything. I think your site doesn't look very good. The reason is, if I looked at this site and I was a business owner, I certainly wouldn't be giving you any money. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm not going to sit here and pat you on the back and feed you cookies and milk. I'm going to tell you what's up so you can get it fixed. This site looks like a horrible brought back to life version of my site. And I mean, it just looks like nothing. It doesn't look clean. It looks choppy. Scroll down a little bit, Joe. The pictures are too big. All right, I don't even know. Look, it's not even appealing to the eye to like flow with it. It just isn't. So I would find another way to make it flow. Ask for some help. I'm like, sure you did this yourself, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you know what? And it's a great job. It's a great job, but listen to me. Take a few $100, even if it's a couple hundred. Find someone in OMG or find someone on Odesk, Freelancer, or whatever they call it now, or some sort of freelance site that's like going to clean this up and just make it a little more fresh. Because what it is, it looks like a lot of text on a page, and it looks like a lot of blurred out stuff right there. You know, there's a lot of real estate right there that just doesn't need to be there. So in other words, get rid of all of these ads in there, or just do it where you block the ads out like I do when I did mine. It's too much real estate there trying to prove it, and it's just blurry. For some reason, I don't like that. Do you, Joe?
No, it looks sloppy.
Yeah.
And it's confusing. Like, I would look at this site and I would click off because within seconds I can't figure out exactly what you're doing, and I don't want to spend the time reading and sorting and all that other stuff.
If I got to try to figure out what you're doing when I land on it, that's not good. I put websites at the top of page 1 in Google. Okay. But look, what this tells me, and this is honestly what I want to get across to you. Your video to your website tells me exactly the type of work you're going to do for me, which is sloppy. That's why they're off your page.
Okay, so you're basically suggesting that I should clean up the website and get it looking more professional.
Absolutely. It needs a flow. It needs a flow, and it doesn't flow. I mean, if I looked at this and if I was a business owner, I would just go, you know what? Good job. The kid got his site up, but this looks sloppy. He's going to be sloppy with my work as well. But, you know, it's like you couldn't put the time and effort in, you know, to make a great video, or, you know, you couldn't clean your site up enough. You have to understand what you're doing is when you're at the number one of something, you should be the best at everything, not just SEO. And this is the biggest thing I want to get across to everyone. I discovered this the real hard way about 1.5 years ago. When I started getting number ones everywhere, I realized, man, if I'm the best, I have to act like I'm the best, which means I have to have a website that's better than everyone else's. I have to have everything better than everyone else's to get attention. So if you don't put in the time and attention to have all of your stuff in order, people are going to assume that your work is going to be the same, and they're not even going to go there. So that's my best advice for you is to get this website cleaned up a tremendous amount. And I'm very proud of you for taking number ones on keywords where you're at. But now this is the totally different part of where client stuff, where people just don't understand. If your website looks crappy, you're going to lose a ton of business. So this is where it comes into to where, and I don't mean to say this while people could say, well, I rank here, I rank there, but yeah, you know what? They have to work 50 years or maybe 100 years to make what I do in 1 year. And that's because I understand all the aspects of it, from the SEO all the way through for the web design, what it needs to look like, all the way through to how I answer my phone, all between what to do on, your video analysis, all the way to do when I close them, all the way through. It has to be stellar and flawless. And even Ortiz, if you had to give this a grade on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it, Ortiz?
I think he stepped away.
No, I'm still here. I'm still listening.
No,
I'm just taking notes.
No, talking about Greg Ortiz.
Oh.
Well, I was trying to include him, but if he stepped away, I mean, am I making sense, Joe? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me?
Dude, 100%. It's like this, okay? If you hired me as a trainer to, for working out, and I come to your house and, dude, I weigh 400 pounds and I got, mustard stains on my shirt, are you gonna have a lot of confidence in me? Right? I mean, okay. So if you want online, if I'm looking for SEO, I'm looking for someone who knows how to market my business online. So I'm going to look at how well you market your business online. So it's just exactly what Cotton said. So
I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I thought this website looked good.
No, dude, you need to look at mine a little bit closer. You need to look at mine a whole lot closer. Guys, let me ask you this, and I want you to be honest. He can't see it, just Joe, Greg, and I. Give me a 1 if you would give this guy $5,000 based on his website a month. Give me 2 if you would look at some more websites. Be honest with me. Be honest.
Be honest, because I want honesty as well. Yeah.
We're getting 2s, all 2s.
Yeah.
Yep, it's time to change.
One like person said they might give you $500.
Amy's, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Well,
Okay.
I wouldn't call her out, Joe.
Sorry.
Yeah, but they said they might give you a couple $100. So this is what I'm telling you. And you know what? We're not all great at everything, so I don't want you to get discouraged. You've done a tremendous job to get here. Very, very proud of you. It's just now is almost a little bit harder. We have to find something that's going to keep people on the page and get them to click and call. And that can be a very difficult process. It was very difficult for me for 3 months. So you're on the same path that I was. It's just no one told me. I had to figure it out myself over months and months. So please don't get discouraged. I'm not.
No, listen, I'm not getting discouraged at all. If anything, I really appreciate how honest you've been, because that's what I like to hear. And the whole time you've been talking, I've just been making notes. And right now I'm thinking how I'm going to make my website look more professional. I like when people keep it real. So thanks a lot, Cotton. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Sure.
Yeah, and look, you improved it a ton since the last time you were on. So, and same thing with Cotton, man. When I first started, same thing. My site did not look great. So listen, you made it to number 1 position. You put the effort in. You're taking action. You're doing it. You just got to refine it a little bit, and you'll be there. So.
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot.
Good. Great.
All right. Thanks for coming on.
Guys, do me a favor and find Ty and let's bring her on.
Okay. Let me mute Sadiq.
Gregory, did you die on us, or are you still there? You know what he's doing? He's playing with his puppy. That's what he's doing. Gregory Ortiz just bought a puppy and he's playing with it. There he is.
No, he's just driving me crazy right now. So I'm
Dude,
trying to
that's what puppies
keep him
do,
from
my friend.
eating everything.
Dude, I told you.
What kind of dog you get?
He's a chocolate lab, so he's very, very playful. Like right now, he has my brand new $60 T-shirt in his mouth. Hold on.
Dude, I told you should have taken my dog I brought from Costa Rica.
Yeah, but I found out too late.
All right, here's Ty. We'll bring her on right now. I just unmuted her.
She's gonna have an amazing question for us. I already know. Ty, what's going on?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, what's going on?
Nothing much.
I don't think I have an amazing question. You're right, though. I do have a question. I have several questions. I feel
Right.
like by the time I get to Nashville, I need to have a wristband that has WWKD on it. Like, what would cotton do? I feel like I ask myself that question a lot.
hmm
But so my question is, how long should you wait for follow-up? So we had a face-to-face meeting. We did a proposal.
hmm
Yesterday. They said they wanted to look over it and discuss it.
hmm
And, the anxious closer in me wants to just get it done, but I don't want to sound pushy or
Sure.
desperate. So I'm trying to just figure out what's the sweet spot.
Great. That's a great question. And what video did you send over to him? YouTube, Vimeo, what?
Oh, Vimeo, yeah.
Oh, okay. Have they viewed it?
Yes.
Oh, all right. You're sure? 100% sure that they viewed it? Or are you sure that Cliff didn't view it? I'm
I'm
like,
sorry, what did you say?
are you 100% sure that they viewed the video?
Yes, 100% sure. And we met with them in person after we got the discovery form and gave them the video.
What I would do is if they viewed the video when today,
Tuesday.
I would send them an email in the morning and say, hey, I noticed that you had a chance to look at the video. Did you have any questions or any further concerns, about what we presented to you? That's it. Put it in your words. That's it. Just a soft touch.
We actually met with them in person already after they saw the video. And they said that they just wanted some time to discuss it.
Oh,
And
now
so
I'm
that's
understanding.
kind of like when they say they want to discuss it, how long then do you wait to check in after that second time?
So you've already given them a price.
Yes.
Hmm.
So I guess the second question is, should we be aiming for like one meeting close? So after we've got the discovery
No.
form, after we've created the video presentation or met with them, should we be then aiming for closing
No.
right after that conversation?
Absolutely not. No.
Should we allow them to not allow them, but, give them time to consider it and then follow up in a day or two?
How'd you land these guys?
How? Well, I forgot what webinar it was, but you had mentioned Search Tracker,
Mm-hmm.
and we used it and responded to one of their ads on Craigslist,
Got
and they
it.
contacted us immediately.
All right. This is generally what you find in the problem when they hit a stall like this. What they're probably doing is they probably heard in from a bunch of other people, and knowing you guys as well as I do, you probably had a higher price. So what they're doing is they're searching around trying to see if they can get better options or viability from other people. When you're responding to things that we taught last week about the type of Craigslist ads that we're talking, what they're doing is they're probably getting in an influx of people, more than one. And they're probably most impressed with you, but at the same time, they feel that they have the power of choice. So I guarantee you that you're not the only person to reply. You're probably the most professional and the most expensive. So what they're doing is they're buying their options. They're waiting for other people or waiting to make their decision. I would reach out to them on Monday and then say, I just wanted to, give you the weekend to think about things and see if you guys have came to a decision, and would love to be able to get together to further discuss it. I would definitely try to get on a phone call with them. I definitely wouldn't let them give you a decision over email. That's never how I like to do it. So now that I think about it, I would just send them an email saying, hey, wanted to see if you were available to talk on Tuesday morning at some point so we could see how you've come along with your decision. Because what you want to do is when people make decisions, you want to be live with them to discuss why. But it sounds like they're weighing their options, is what it sounds like. But let me ask you this. Did you know that you were talking to the decision maker?
We had a pretty good sense, because what we ended up learning in the meeting was that we were speaking to the daughter of the owner of the company. And she had introduced herself as somebody who was making all the marketing decisions, and then she brought her father in, who was the owner of the company, after we had already kind of met with her and chatted with her. Then she brought him in, and then we spoke with both of them, basically.
Great.
So we got the 1-2 combo.
One of the things that I want, and this is a great question that you brought up, and we're learning a lot, you know, because there's so much information that like goes on with like one of these things. What I've learned is one of the questions that I ask more than anything, especially when I'm dealing with businesses, is are you the business owner? And when they say no, I have all the marketing decisions, I still don't believe them. When I'm talking with the business owner, I know that they do. A lot of times marketing directors or children of business owners or other people go out and try to shop by to impress dad or to impress their superior to look for promotions. So they could be going out raking in all these proposals. And generally, when someone isn't a decision maker, they have to show that they had a due diligence of bringing in a bunch of proposals. This is how it works in corporate. What's much more difficult than local is the marketing director, whoever you're dealing with, has an obligation, or his superiors have told him he has to show that he's brought in a number of proposals that looks like they're doing their job, that they just didn't go with the first thing that landed in their lap. Or this guy's fishing. His boss never told him to look for anything. He's doing it to try to find ways to improve, or he's staying busy getting in proposals, putting together money to find out if it's even affordable for his department to do. I've been stuck on all these situations a lot. So there could be a number of different things going on. What I would basically do is I would just send out an email to you on Monday saying, hey, it was wonderful meeting you and your father. I know you had the weekend to think it over. Have you guys come to any final decision? That's it. And then you're going to see what they're going to say. If they don't respond, I've had a lot of deals that just stay stagnant. Not every deal is meant to be closed, and I wouldn't take it personally. So that when you're not dealing with someone that's the business owner or the final decision maker, you don't know what the real motive is unless you ask and dig in deeper. So I've started digging in deeper with all that stuff. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you so much, as always.
Sure. Any other question?
No, that's it. You pretty much covered it. Thank you.
Good. Look forward to seeing you in Nashville.
Yeah.
Great. All right, Joe. Anyone else? Or are we hot seated out?
Let's see. Well, we're at the top of the hour.
Right.
So, Ryan Roden says, bring me on if you want some rapid fire hot seat, intermediate, advanced questions. So he says he's going to stump us.
Yeah. Bring him on.
Let's see.
He's probably going to ask what puppy chow Ortiz uses.
what kind of shirt did his dog eat?
Right.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Come on, Joe. I didn't say I would stump you guys now.
I have to make it sound exciting, you know.
I mean, I would love to do that, but we'll see. I got a few questions. I'll put you guys on the hot seat. Cotton, I want to know, and I know you guys have said that, you know, generally, especially for beginners, to pretty much focus on PBNs and the basics.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, all three of you guys can answer this question. How far along would you say you've gotten into domain authority stacking, especially someone as successful as, you know, you guys have been, whether you've gotten deep into it or you just flat out ignored it? Just curious to know what your thoughts are.
Did you have your second question ready?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Greg Morrison? No. Joe? No. Ortiz? No. Me? No. There you go.
Good one. Got it. All right, let's get the PBNs. Let's say you got a good PBN, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good metrics, you know, good trust flow, good domain authority. You set it up. Would you throw up there 100% unique but garbage spun content?
Would I?
Any of you guys? Like in general, I'm trying to get an understanding of whether or not, you know, when you throw up a PBN, if it just needs to be unique content or just, you know, it can be basically garbage.
I'm going to get disagreed with on this when I say this. It depends, to me, it depends on how much I spend on the PBN and what I'm trying to do.
Right.
If I really care about this PBN, I'm going to do whatever I can to make the site look as real as possible. If I'm doing some tests, this is what I do know for a fact. And I've tested it, and I'll have a lot of people back me up on it. Unique content is just as good as powerful content. So in other words, I could put a bunch of X's and O's and just other stuff on there. As long as it's unique, it's going to rank. Period. I could put all links on that page. I could put 75 links all the way down there, anchor text all the way down in a row. And as long as that's unique, that's really good enough. But it depends on what I'm trying to do. That's why. So that's the answer that you're going to get. Now, if I spent $1,000 and or higher on a PBN, I'm going to make that thing look like it's open for business. But if I'm doing some quick testing, I might do it in an entirely different way because I'm trying to test things.
Gotcha.
I'm just telling you what works, and then I'm telling you what you should be doing. Now, you can drive a car without a helmet on, but are you safer with a helmet on?
Depends how fast I'm going.
No, period. You're safer with a helmet on. But do you put a helmet on when you drive? No.
No, definitely not.
All right. So that's kind of how the question's answered. I'll let Joe and Gregory jump in on this one too.
I mean, so what I do is pretty similar. If it's a PBN I spent money on, that's for me personally, and it's linking to my money site, then it's all unique content that's well written. I have an article writer. He writes me articles for about $3, and grammar, spelling's good. And that's usually my first tier PBNs. If I have like deleted domain PBNs or tier 2 PBNs, then I will put spun content on there, or like I may even use Network Crusader. They have that content curation where I'll put a few articles together, spin it, and if it's unique, then I'll post that as content on the PBN. But then when I link, if it's the article that I link out with, I use a unique article. That's kind of the setup I do.
Got it.
Gregory, you want to add anything?
I think he's
falling asleep, Gregory Ortiz?
He's chasing his dog around his apartment.
You got to take it out for this dog.
Sorry, I'll see you guys in New York in a few weeks. So.
Yes, we will definitely.
I will be there.
Cool.
Here's another quick one for Joe. Joe, do you use FCS Networker at all?
I do not. No, I do not use it. I'm starting to use RankWiz a little bit, testing that out for video ranking, but only for video ranking. I don't run any of that stuff to any of my sites.
Yeah, that's what I was pretty much interested in, was ranking videos. And I know Derek and a lot of people have said embeds are really powerful. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like tools like that could just blast them out. I know James Upjohn uses Magic Submitter. Yeah. So I'm just wondering about experience with.
Here's the thing: is to keep in mind, just like what Cotton said before, is that to the other guy we had on the hot seat, is you're posting and embedding videos on Web 2.0s with no page authority.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So it's good to do it, but you're going to get more bang for your buck if you could embed that video on PBNs or on Web 2.0s that already have authority.
Right, right. Quick follow-up to that is, if, speaking of power, I know Greg Morrison, a lot of his training or some of his demos are around expired domains that he's repurposed as money sites.
Sure.
And I'm assuming that the power behind those is the reason for the success there,
sure.
And also the links going to it.
Sure. So you're asking if that's still okay to do?
Yeah. Would you guys recommend that, or have you guys done that?
Sure. Absolutely. Just depends on what it is. I mean, you need to know what you're looking for. But absolutely, I do it still.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lead gen site, makes me a lot of money. Mm-hmm. It's a 10-year-old domain, but it's in my niche. It wasn't just some random mm-hmm. site, but yeah.
Let me ask you this also, Ryan. How many PBNs do you have?
To be honest, I only have about 12 to 15. However, I've actually had a lot of success using DAS recently,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I was just curious to see what you guys, and Cotton, I know you just sat in on like a nuclear SEO
Mm-hmm.
meeting with Jimmy Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was just generally curious how deep you guys had gotten into it at all.
This is
And I'm not saying you have to, obviously.
this is what I'm going to tell you, and I'm not telling you now. There's all these little girls that like to run back, get on Network Empire stuff. Cotton said dance doesn't work. I've never said that. I said I don't do it. And there's a reason behind it, but I've never explained the reason, so I'm going to explain it now. The reason is I'm not broke, and I can. It's if you have 103 clients like I do, you do not want to be linking all these properties together. You just don't. And you're doing DAS right now instead of using PBNs to rank your number ones because either one, you can't find PBNs or they're too expensive, and DAS is just cheaper and you get a lot of time on your hands. Because if you had my client base, you wouldn't be doing DAS. You just wouldn't. You'd be finding other ways to get power. So what I'm trying to say is that's why. It doesn't fit my business model. I don't feel like every time I get a client to have hundreds of sites built and have them linked all together when I don't have to do that. So there's a difference. So when I hear newer people going out and doing this sort of stuff and they're doing it, it tells me you're broke, or it tells me that you don't have a lot of clients and you got a lot of time on your hands. So or that you haven't got Derek and all them don't do that. They do VAs. Now I'm not saying that they're doing anything wrong. I don't have any VAs. I don't want any VAs. So they've got a whole system set up where they got VAs doing it, other stuff doing it. That's all fantastic and great. But there is one thing, and this is what blows me away that people don't get. You still got to power up DAS.
Yeah.
So Ryan, how are you going to power your DAS up?
Well, here's the thing. I don't actually do a lot of what Jimmy directly tells you in the training for the most part. Like, say you have the Weebly. Like, a lot of people I find, this is just speaking from someone who's been in OMG for about 8 months now, I find that a lot of people try to set up like the Weebly version of the DAS stack exactly the way Jimmy shows it, right? Well, they're basically doing what you just said. You're setting up properties that have no power. But Jimmy a lot of times has said something like, DAS is just a concept.
It is.
Just be creative and take it and run.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing. So, what I would say to maybe some of the beginners out there is that try not to just do what Cotton says. Don't just string together random 2.0s without, powering them up. But also just try to get creative and think about what properties that have high domain authority also have, good power, and then just manipulate them.
I agree with you, but disagree with you, because on where I disagree with you is, why do you want to jack around and start experimenting when we've already given you a formula that's made me $500,000 a year, that makes Greg almost $500,000 a month, makes Greg almost $500,000 a month, that makes all of us on this webinar that. Why do you want to go out and experiment when we've given you a treasure map to just crank out rankings and money? I don't get it. Can you explain that to me?
To me, yeah. Well, first of all, I've had success with DAS.
No. But why wouldn't you use PBNs? I'm not questioning whether DAS works.
Well, I haven't needed to in some situations, or I've just needed very few.
But listen to what you're saying. You're saying, Cotton, I know that I'm an OMG. You have given me a treasure map. F your treasure map. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to experiment. No, you just said that. You said, guys, don't do it. It's a theory. So I'm going to go out and test my own stuff. But if you haven't made 20, 30K a month, why would you be testing instead of trying to go out and making money using the easiest way possible doing PBNs?
Well, I'm always testing.
But not to embarrass you, and it really doesn't matter what anyone makes, but are you over 25K a month, 30K a month?
No, but I'm approaching 10.
Oh, all right. Then this is my advice to you. Stop testing SEO. You already know enough. Go out and get clients. Then worry about how you're going to fulfill the clients later. That's how I've ramped up. You see, here's what I want to hear everyone, and make it real clear. I don't know of anyone that's making as much money as me at SEO. And the thing of it is, I focus on making money. SEO is not about rankings. It's about making money. Making money. If you can test SEO all day long, but if you have no clients, what good's the SEO? Or if you have no affiliate sites up, what's good? If you got no lead gen sites up, what good is it? You're at the point right now to where you need to be focusing 8 hours a day on going out making money, or however you're deciding to do it, clients or whatever, focusing on that. So if you're doing affiliate, you're putting yourself 4 months out. And the good thing is that we're getting ready to talk. This is a great segue into this. But what I encourage everyone to do is, my number one focus is not SEO. My number one focus is driving business in to close so I can make money. That's why I'm in business. We're all in this to make money or rank. Everyone goes, well, Cotton, no, if you had to choose one, what do you want? Do you want to make money or rank? People goes, well, Cotton, make money. Right. I just happen to do both. So what I'm saying is, I respect the fact that you always want to be testing, but you need to be testing client stuff and use the easy route that we've already given you in OMG to get those rankings, because we've proven it through the Iowa City series videos. We've proven it over and over again. I don't do DAS, and I rank wherever I want, whenever I want, anywhere, simply. And the only reason that I can do as many clients as I do, because it's simplicity. So if you want to run fast, work on getting up to 30K a month, then start testing and worrying about how you can handle the volume. My SEO changes based upon how I can handle the load of clients coming in. Not anything else, nothing else. It's about the money and how I can keep the money moving. So remember, guys, we're in a business to make money, not to rank. Ranking is just part of it. But if you can't make money, there's no point of even doing SEO. Then it's just become a hobby. Am I making sense?
Oh yeah, I can appreciate that. I mean, I agree with you almost 100%. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're in a disagreement at all, to be honest.
Well, I just really want to see you hit 30K a month. And this is just there. Me, and then this is me caring about you. So what I'm saying is, trust me on this. Just trust me. Stop doing as much SEO testing. Buy a few more PBNs. Go out and focus on your clients. Get up to 30K, and you're going to go, wow. And then when you're at 30K, you're going to go, that was easy. And then you're going to go to 50. And that's how you scale. So that's the best advice that I can give you. And it's just because there's nothing more. I've seen you on a lot of the webinars, and I greatly appreciate you on here. I know you're trying. It's just, I don't want you to try too hard and not in one area. When if you shifted over your focus, you could double your income. And that's just focusing on having money come in, if that makes sense.
That makes total sense.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great. It's a pleasure having you on, Ryan.
All right, I'll see you guys in New York. Actually, last question, Joe, what's your favorite band?
Dude, I don't know.
Come on, Joe. I know Cotton was Foo Fighters.
Probably the Chili Peppers, but
all right, good answer.
And just So no, it was good having you on, Ryan. Just to add to what Cotton was saying is, sometimes like when you're approaching 10 grand, which is great, but sometimes we get stuck in the busy work. In testing, if you're not making the money, like Cotton said, that it's really it's busy work. You doing this DAS and everything else, it's fine, but it's taking up your time, it's taking up your mental energy doing this testing.
If I could just interject real quick, in reality, it actually doesn't. That's what I'm saying, is that setting up all that like Weebly stuff takes a lot of time, but if you, there are concepts that can take like 20 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Well, then
that's all I'm saying.
I mean, whatever works for you is what it is. Is if
but I can say this, Joe. I'm like good friends with Jimmy, Derek, Mike Pierce, Earp, and all of them. They're in all agreement. If you can't rank a number one with a moderately difficult keyword with PBNs, you can never understand the concept of DAS. Simple. Yeah. They will agree with me. I talk to them too much. I'm just telling you, they would be in all agreement of it.
I would agree with that.
So that's why.
Yeah, and all right. Yeah, thanks, Ryan, for coming on. Appreciate
no problem,
it.
Guys. You guys rock.
All right, and I just want to add to that too. Is what I'm saying is that if you're not at 10 grand a month, my focus would just be not obviously testing, but busting my hump, getting clients, and that's all I'm saying there. But all right,
great.
Cotton, you want to get into your thing or what?
Yeah, guys, what we said we were going to go over is how many of you guys want to know the 10 best ways to make money inside of OMG? I want you to give me a hashtag 10best. 10best. We're going to go over the 10 best ways you can make money inside of OMG, in no particular order. And we're going to go over a lot of different things over the next hour. We're also going to go into obscure things that you probably never even thought of. First thing we're going to do is how you can make a career with OMG. Then we're going to discuss some things about how you can supplement your income while you're training very quickly, to pay for your OMG, to buy your PBNs, to make your car payment, to pay your mortgage, to pay your rent, whatever else. Not necessarily quit your day job, but we're going to cover a lot of different things and give you guys different ideas. We're also going to tell you the level of difficulty, where you should be at, and if it's something that's going to do it. So, guys, we have well over 300 people on here. Want to make sure we get 10 bests from everyone. And we're going to jump in and discuss a little bit about each and every one of them. And if you have any questions, we're going to try to follow along with the questions. And you know, this is going to be good for newer people that basically just want a direction and want the truth about how hard it is to make money in a particular area. And we're going to be very honest about that. Joe is one of the best at what we're going to talk about. I'm one of the best at what we're going to talk about. We have Ortiz, who's also the best at one of these things as well. So you're going to get the honesty from people that are actually been doing it, and that are we're going to be brutally honest with you about all of this stuff and what direction that you should be going in, no matter what level of OMG you're at. So what we're going to do is just jump right in and get started. And guys, obviously, this has got to be on our list. And I'm going to let each guy talk a little bit about it, and I'm not going to talk when it's something that I'm not good at. But I think I'm pretty decent at SEO for clients. Guys, this is simply, in my opinion, I have to put it, number one on how to make money inside of OMG list. The rest of them, I didn't even try to list, but I had to put this number one. The reason is this. Even if you don't know anything in OMG right now, if you've never watched a video, but you understand the concept of SEO, or even if you just watch all of Greg's videos and you finished after a week, if you can get a client and literally get it signed on for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month tomorrow, the next day, you just got to get out of the house. You got to do a little bit of networking. You got to do something. It's literally the fastest way to get money in your pocket. Now, what I want you to understand is this. Never be scared to get paid to learn. That's how I did it. You can sit around there and try to do as much as you can do through training and other stuff. Guys, you're never going to feel that you're prepared. There's only one way to get it done. You can only sit on the bench in baseball and watch them play baseball so much, and you want to be a great baseball player, you got to get in the game. And I'm telling you, there's only one way to learn, and that's to crash and burn and get paid for it. So what I'm saying is, don't worry about if you can't get it done or not. We're going to make sure you don't fail. We're going to direct you to the right training. Have you ever seen us, and I want you guys to be honest, give me a number one. Have you ever seen us let anyone fail that says, that put on their 911, I got my first client, I'm brand new, and I'm not sure what to do. Can someone help me? Guys, have you ever seen us deny someone, or give me a number two if you've seen a flood of OMGers come to the rescue? Give me a number two if you've seen a flood of OMGers come to the rescue. That is right. It's always a flood of OMGers come to the rescue. Guys, we're a family here. So what happens is we want you to make the money. Never be scared to go out and get a client. It is, in my opinion, the level of difficulty for doing this, not very hard. Hey, how would you like SEO? If you understand the concept of SEO, excuse me, and what it can do for your business, you're going to be able to sell SEO for clients. You can start making money as early as tomorrow. You can sign a client tomorrow. Tomorrow you can start making money. Just the check, and that I've had clients that I've talked to that day, sold that day. Same day money. It's great money. It's recurring money. So that's my take on it. So Joe, what are your thoughts about this?
Yeah, I mean, again, I agree 100%. The best way to fastest way to make money is get clients. Fastest way to get in the game is to make clients. Fastest way to learn is to get clients. It's kind of like when me and my wife got married, 12 years ago. It was like, when's the best time to have kids? Well, for us, it's when she got pregnant, and then you just do it. It's like if you if you go out, you get a client, it's going to force you to learn. You can sit on the sidelines, building, learning and building Web 2.0s, building PBNs, doing all this stuff to learn. But until you get in the fight, in the mix, you're not gonna, you don't have a business. You're not gonna make money. This is just a hobby. Okay. When you get your first client, that's when it becomes a business. So again, SEO client consulting, that's number one in my book too.
There's nothing better than learning with your fat in the fire. I mean, I'm going to tell you, how motivated are you going to be when you have a $4,000 a month client? You're going to be pretty motivated to take it seriously when it might have toppled what you're currently making at your job right now, or you finally realize you can do it. So definitely. Ortiz, are you around or are you still absent?
He texted me. He's having problems with his dog.
Great.
So,
Yeah, Cons, sorry, I'm actually going in and out. I gotta kind of take care of an issue.
That's okay. All right. Great. We'll move along to the next one, and guys, we're not going to do these in any particular order. The next one, I'm going to let Joe talk about. Joe, take it over, man.
Yeah, I mean, lead generation, rank and rent and stuff. This is definitely a way you can make money. A lot of people have been talk about this, right? And even lately, I've seen a lot of this in the Facebook group. Lead generation. What you have to do with lead generation is obviously you're building a website, you're ranking that website, and then you're getting leads in, and then you have to sell the leads. So it's not that this is not a shortcut, right? Like if you think you can get into lead generation, it's a shortcut. I don't have to go get clients because I hate clients. You still got to get clients because you got to get people to buy your leads. The difference between this and getting clients is the client pays you, right? So when you need to buy PBNs, the client's paying you, you're using their money to buy your PBNs. You're using their money to build their website and whatever else you need to do. With a lead gen, it's a lot of upfront money cost for you. You have to build your website, you have to get your PBNs, you have to rank it. And just because you rank number one does not mean that lead gen site's going to make money. The lead gen site has to convert. You have to make sure that when the calls are coming in, if you've branded your lead gen site, now they're asking for Bob's Plumbing and you're sending it to Jack's Plumbing, you got to resolve that situation, or if your lead gen site, if 5 of those phone calls are just complete garbage, you got to so there's things you have to figure out around. And when you go to start selling leads, don't expect to just call people up and say, hey, I got leads for you, and them just say, okay, give me the leads, whatever you want for them. There's more work than that. So it does make money. I make a lot of money with lead generation sites, but I want to give the whole picture, which a lot of times people don't get. And what allowed me to build a massive lead gen business is my clients paid for the whole thing, because the clients I had, again, they paid for my PBNs. They helped me set up my system that I talk about a lot, my hot seats. They let me set up all my outsourcers. So when I went to build my lead gen sites, everything was in place. I just said I need a lead gen site on this, this, and that, and it was built, and my current business was funding it. So I wasn't I wasn't doing it and it all coming out of my pocket and hoping that this one site was going to make me $10,000 a month. So that's my take on the lead gen.
Great. Joe, I bet everyone knows, guys, how many of you knew that I do lead gen? Give me number 8. Give me number 8 if you knew that I did lead gen, and number 7 if you had no clue that I did. Look at that. All 7s, Joe. There's maybe a sprinkle, maybe 1 or 2 8s. Guys, do you not realize that your city SEO site is a lead gen site? It is. And look at what we just had to go through when we did a hot seat about the website. It wasn't converting. People were clicking on it and they weren't calling, let alone fill out a discovery form. What I want to tell you is the level of difficulty on this is very high. especially if you're going after other stuff. If my website goes down, which it did, I didn't stop making money. If you're only doing lead gen and your sites go down, you're done. The income stops. What happens if all of my clients get hit with Panda? Just someone answer that. What happens? They need me more than ever. They need me more than ever. So, but if your lead gen sites get hit with Panda, something else could happen. So what I'm saying is, guys, this is a great way to make money, but I'm telling you, guys, Joe is a master. I'm just telling you, I can't give this guy enough respect. I've learned to trust whatever he says. Him and I talk sometimes 2-3 times a day. I have the ultimate respect for this guy, but I'm telling you, he is an overall Swiss Army genius at this sort of stuff. And, he knows how to build sites that convert, that just convert. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really know if I have that talent that he's got. And it's a rare talent. Fletch has got that. Fletch is amazing at this as well. Amazing. That's just why these two guys make more than anybody that I know at lead gen. And it's very difficult. I would say that the level of difficulty is very high. If you can't get your city SEO site and you've tried it to get phone calls in and convert, what are your chances doing it at something else? So just remember, I'm number one in all these cities because I want my phone to ring. That's lead gen. So you didn't realize it, but ultimately every site is a lead gen site. You want to produce leads. It's just what they're doing is I'm doing a lead gen for myself. So it doesn't have to hurt. I don't have to track my phone calls, make sure it doesn't. There's all sorts of stuff. So not only that, but I just want to reiterate what Joe said. Well, I hate clients. I don't want to deal with clients. You do have to go out and sell your leads. You're just not going to avoid talking to people making money. So we just want to get that clear. So guys, if that's a better understanding, if you've got a better understanding of like lead gen and its difficulty and other stuff, give me a 6 if that helped out. We want to make sure that we're helping you go over this. That's like what it is. It's nothing. And remember, I want to recap everything. You can make money on clients tomorrow. Joe, if you wanted to put up a lead gen site for locksmiths, how much would it take you before you've seen $10? How fast could you make money off of it?
Yeah, I mean, you're still looking at probably 3 months. You still got to build it, and that's
right.
And the thing I want to say too is the reason why a lot of people promote lead gen, and I don't promote it, even though I do it. It's not like my core thing that I promote, is because they think it's a shortcut, and that's it. But the problem is when you start doing this, and you're 6 months down the road, and you're all ticked off that you built this lead gen site for locksmith because this guy told you it was it was a really good niche, and now you find out that every locksmith only wants to pay you $10. It's too late. You're never going to get that 6 months back.
Exactly.
So
it's a great point. I mean, you're going to have to research what the market's going to bring as well. And if you're not well versed in lead gen, you might have wasted all that time, and they're only going to pay you $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody tells you about what you're going to get for your leads. You don't know what you're going to get for those leads until you sign somebody, and you get paid. They give you a credit card, and you charge that card 2-3 weeks, a month, 2 months. All right, now he's sticking. So so there's a lot of factors involved in it. It's more than just slapping a site up, getting it number one.
Mm-hmm. So you would say the level of difficulty would be high.
Yeah, I would say yes.
And you don't recommend anyone that's been an OMG for the first 3 months to try this? Yes or no?
No, I don't. No. Get it. It's what Cotton says. Get a client. That's about it. That's
great. We'll move on to the next one. I'll let Joe hit this one too.
Affiliate.
Right.
I mean so affiliates. It's like you can make money with affiliate for sure. I make money with affiliate sites, with ClickBank sites, and
hey Joe, not to interrupt you, could you do me a favor? In case we have some new people, could you explain to them what affiliate is?
Okay, affiliate site is basically where you sell somebody else's product. So you go to a site like ClickBank. A lot of people know is people put up information product. So say they have a product on how to stop smoking weed or like panic attacks, whatever it is. They create this information product. then you promote that product and you get a lot of times half. So if the product sells for $50, you get $25, he gets $25, and that's it. So all you have to do is promote it. There's other offers like CPA, which is cost per action, where if someone enters an email, you get paid, different things like that. So it's basically affiliate or joint venture, they call it also. But what it is you get into a niche, like say muscle building niche, and you put up a site or you put up videos, and you give a compelling video, or you try to convert the person to go over to buy the muscle building product or the info product or whatever you sell. You could set them up, you get them into a funnel, and you could market to them. Now I have affiliate videos that make me money, going on 2-3 years now, and I haven't touched them. But again, if you want to say level of difficulty, again, this is a higher level of difficulty, and you can hit frustration with this. And let me just ask you, how many people have tried to do affiliate stuff and become frustrated because they're not making the money they thought they would? Give me a 1 here in the question box so I can kind of get a feel for who we have on here. Give me a 2 if you just right out the gate started making tons of money. Okay, I don't see any 2s. I only see 1s here. Mm-hmm. And here's the deal. If you want to know how I started making money with affiliate, is the same thing with lead gen. I already had my clients. I was already making money. I already had my team together to build my sites, to make my videos. When I have clients, right, I have to make their phone ring. So I had to learn conversion. I had to learn what worked, what didn't. So then when I jumped over to affiliate marketing, I had all that already set. I had that knowledge. I had that team set up. So then I can build that out. It's definitely a longer play. If you want to make 10 grand a month with affiliate, man, you're looking at least 6 months. Even if you're ranking videos, you're looking at least 6 months. Can you do it? Yes. Can it be money coming in every month? Yes. But if you're new to OMG, you need to make money, I would put affiliate on hold until you start getting some clients and you build your system, or your business up a little bit.
Right. My thing on affiliate is I like to think the level of difficulty is a little less than lead gen, because I think that if you find a great product and if you're great at keyword research, and which a lot of you are not. I know Alex Gold is one of the best keyword researchers we have in OMG, and he finds open spots to where he has a site that converts. He can slip right in there with as little as 2 or 3 PBNs and start making some money. Now, once again, that sounds like it's a yellow brick road where you can make money on, but you got to be a master at knowing what to look for and knowing what people are searching for. So it's another different level that you're going to have to learn. Remember, with clients, you go get one tomorrow. All you got to do is rank their site, their property that's already up. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is start following Greg's videos as if you're ranking your own site. So the level of difficulty you can see. So affiliate selling other people's products is, in my opinion, a little less than lead gen, the difficulty level. But once again, you're going to have to know conversion. So that's just my take on it.
Yeah, and I want to add too, like, and some people do it, like Greg does affiliate stuff. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say what I said is when I started doing online marketing, I had one client making me $700 a month, and the rest of it, and that was it. And then for 6 months, I tried to make money with affiliate and PPC and pay-per-view, all this other stuff I was trying to make money with. And I never went out to try to get another client, and that was the only thing that made me a consistent $700 a month. So I was trying to system, and it wasn't until, again, I went and got clients, then everything else started clicking.
Mm-hmm. Great. We'll move to the next one very quickly, and that is, you already talked about this briefly. Guys, and don't be shy. We're not going to make fun of you. If you've seen this, talked around OMG CPA and weren't sure exactly what it was or how to make money at it. Give me a 4. We're not going to make fun of you. I'm just kind of curious. And there's a lot of 4. So, Joe, could you explain to them what CPA stands for, what it means? It seems like there's some people that just aren't sure and how they can make money.
Yeah, it's CPA is cost per action, right? So what it is there's all kinds of different offers. You can go to a site like Offer Vault, and there they show you all the different offers. Anything from, putting up a website and getting an email, and if you get an email address, then they'll give you $1, or it may be for a phone call. So you get someone to make a phone call with your tracking number, and you get paid. They also have offers like trial offers. So when I'm in the weight loss niche, and I built up my funnel and had my list, I would every once in a while send out an email for something called raspberry ketones, which is a popular weight loss supplement. And so cost per action is if they sign up for a trial and pay $1.99 for a free for a bottle, they're paying for shipping, I get $40. And the reason I get $40 is because they wrap them into a monthly plan or something. But so those are those kind of things that it can go along with affiliate, but it's just a different way of getting money by making people do certain actions.
Great. So hopefully that clears up what CPA is. Once again, the level of difficulty in this is right about even with affiliate and lead gen. We're going to go over this a little bit better, and we're going to show you guys how you can get into all this stuff when we get done. So don't think we're just going to talk about it and leave you hanging. Next one on the list is online reputation management, and I will take this. Guys, give me a number 2 if, online reputation management is something that you've thought about getting into. Give me a number 2. I want to see people. Be honest, guys. I want to see participation here. We've got well over 300 people. I want to see. So a lot of people. And here's what I want to ask you guys. Guys, with online reputation management, and be honest, I really want a lot of feedback on this. Give me a 5 because you think that this is a little easier than SEO. Give me a 5. I want to see everyone on here. Come on, participation. Now, there's a few 5s on here, but guys, I'm going to tell you this. Online reputation management, the level of difficulty is through the roof. Very hard. And I do about $75,000 a month. I do over that. I think last month it was like $77,000 of my 524 comes from online reputation management. Guys, what I want you to understand is it blows my mind when I see people trying to answer online reputation management questions in OMG that aren't making a nickel off of it, that don't even have a client, that they're speculating. Everyone speculates. Guys, it's difficult. And there's 50 different ways in online reputation management. There is getting rid of bad reviews. There is pushing down or getting rid of ripoff reports. There's getting rid of pissed off customer.com. There's getting rid of Yelp reviews. There is newspaper articles. I've had local celebrities and other stuff ask me to get rid of news articles. Guys, let me ask you this. If you live in Chicago and if the Chicago Tribune writes an article about you and it's number 2 or number 1 for your name, how difficult is that going to be? Give me a 7 if you think that's going to be pretty hard to get rid of. Exactly. Now, guys, let me give you the level of difficulty this is going to be. Let's say you got the Chicago Tribune wrote an article that says Cotton Grammar is an SEO scam artist, and it showed up number 1 for my name from the Chicago Tribune. Guys, listen. It sounds easy. Oh, I'm just going to get a bunch of 2.0s and push those down. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. So, guys, what I want you to understand is when you take on an online reputation management client, what happens is it's like taking on 10 clients at once. So guys, want you to all hear this. And I want you to type it over in the OMG way. I want you to give me hashtag 10 clients. Hashtag 10 clients. And I'm going to explain to you why. I want to see everyone remotely clear with this, so you have no desire to get into this, because you shouldn't until you've mastered client. And I'm going to be, look, guys, we have well over 300. I want to make sure that everyone's following what I'm saying. Just hashtag 10 clients. And I'm going to tell you why. For the simple reason is this. I have to now push down Chicago Tribune, which might be a 90 DA. That's also got some PA to it. That's also getting some click-through traffic. And I've got to make it disappear from page 1. Doesn't that say, now, how many sites do I have to rank to get that off of page 1? Put it in the chat box, please. 10. 10. That's right. It is the same as bringing on 10 clients. So guys, do you now see why it's absolutely asinine when you charge the same as SEO? Now that I've explained this, give me a number 6 if you think that you've mastered how to price online reputation management efficiently. Give me a 6. There's a few people here that think that they know. No, hell no. Tim's asking, can we negative SEO? That makes it worse. This is exactly why I would not even get near online reputation management till you've mastered client. I would rather you go into lead generation. Because if you negative SEO somebody, it's going to, guys, if you negative SEO'd Chicago Tribune, what do you think is going to happen? You're just going to make it more powerful. You're just going to make it more powerful. You're not going to get it de-indexed. You're not going to get it penalized. You're just not. Guys, give me a 5 if you think that you can get a ripoff report page de-indexed. Give me a 5 if you think that's possible with negative SEO. Well, good. We got a lot of smart people here. You can't. So guys, what I'm trying to say is it's bringing on 10 clients. There's very few people that knows how to price this out. The level of difficulty is through the roof. It's literally like taking on 10 clients. You're going to have clients that are really impatient, really difficult to deal with. Trust me, I know. And you are now in the big leagues when you're doing this. I don't want anyone to believe that this is any different. Now, I was going to come out with a whole online reputation management modules and course and everything but OMG, but I realized it would be a massive distraction for OMG because too many people would think, well, there's too many people in SEO. I'm going to go into this when no one can rank a city SEO site. Guys, if you can't rank number 1 for a city SEO, you cannot do online reputation management. The level of difficulty is going to be 10 times beyond that because now you're dealing with big boys. Local newspapers. Ripoff Report's a very powerful site. It's a parasite. It doesn't go away. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. I know how to remove ripoff reports. And it's just a nightmare of a thing. So guys, if this gave you a better idea of what online reputation management is, give me a 7. I mean, to me, guys, I'm just letting you know the level of difficulty of doing this, very difficult. And I'm telling you right now, anybody outside of David Cannell, myself, or Stephen Floyd, Fletcher, Joe, or Greg, I wouldn't even trust their information. Bochi does a very good job at it. He would be a good resource. I don't know of anyone else. If someone else, I'm sorry I've left you out. I'm just telling, these are the only people that I would even listen to when it comes to this. And I make more money than anybody that I've ever met in history with online reputation management. And I refuse to answer questions about it in OMG unless you contact me directly because I don't want to bring a spectacle to the group thinking, oh, I just got $10,000. How'd you do it? How'd you do it? Everyone wants to know how someone did it. Half the time, people just got lucky and stumble onto it. So I prefer that no one goes after this until you've mastered that. So if you have a very difficult online reputation management case, I will be happy to try to help you or assist you. I'm not one of these people that you're going to PM that's going to go, give me half. I don't take money from OMGers. Joe doesn't take money from OMGers. Fletch doesn't. Greg doesn't. We don't take money from OMGers. We just don't. You're more than welcome to message me, and I'll tell you if you're crazy to take it or what. So I like had a case to where I like had an OMGer come to me that had a Tampa Bay Buccaneer that beat his wife, and he wanted to push it down. And it was the Tampa Tribune, and it was also ESPN and Fox Sports. Guys, how would you like to have had that one? And when we quoted him $50K, he ran as far as he could. So guys, I mean, do you understand the level of difficulty of something like that? Give me a 6. I mean, when you're trying to push down all of those, I said only $50K, George, because I knew they would never take it. You know, when he didn't care that bad, or he just wouldn't have hit his wife. Let's just put it that way. So, you know, once it's out, they just wanted it cleared up. He thought it would, that after his football career, he might be able to get a better job on a sportscaster or something like that. But the level of difficulty is just off the roof. And no, you're right, George. I really didn't want it. You know, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes the juice is not worth the squeeze. When you get stuff like that on reputation management, I almost don't even want it. I can almost go out and get clients faster than I can make money off of it and have less headache. These are monstrous migraines when you have to deal with these things. So I think we've talked enough about it, so we'll just move on to the next one. Next one. Joe, I'll let you handle this one.
Well, web design. I don't do web design. Well, let me rephrase that. So web design, if you're going to get into doing web design and you want to become a web designer, you know, I think that's going to take a little bit of, it's going to take definitely some time and some skill if you want to do it yourself. As you know, if you've tried to do a WordPress site, you know what I mean. You have no CSS, you have no Photoshop. You have to, I think you have to have an eye for it. It takes a lot of time. Now, what I do with web design is I offer web design as part of my package, but I have a web designer that I sub everything to. So he just basically white labels it for me. Everybody thinks he works for me, and he's, you know, and he basically talks with the client and everything else. So we have a pretty good relationship. But other than that, I do not offer. I don't offer web design. I mean, I think learning-wise, it's pretty difficult.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what you think, Con, but
sure. I think that web design is a very lucrative way to make money if you already know how to do it in OMG. I'm not going to tell you to go out and learn web design to make money, but if you come from a web design background, guys, this is, and you'll be the first I'm going to hear it here. 2016, I'm going to be doing a lot of different things to where I'm going to be showing you how to get into web design, never do a website, and flip them into SEO. So technically what I'm going to be doing is, guys, I'm going to be doing web design lead gen for SEO. Give me a number 8 if that makes sense to you. So, right. So what I'm saying is, guys, the phone seems to ring a lot hotter and a lot harder in web design. Where no one's been able to figure out is how to flip a web design call into an SEO client. And I have been able to do that. So making money in web design, guys, yeah, you can do it if you know how to do it. I wouldn't tell you to go out and learn web design to do it. I've got a great guy that I've started on. Guys, you know, you've probably met him and seen he's helped out a lot of OMGers, is Mark Ronikowski. I've known him now for over a year and a half. He's on all my websites. He's my lead designer, and he's amazing. And anything that I need done at this point, this is the one thing I do outsource. You know, one of my sites went down. I just Skyped him, and boom, it was right back up. It's one thing I don't have to deal with. So web design is one thing I do outsource. And when I mean outsource, I give him 100% of the money. So if I have any clients that say, Cotton, I need some web design, I call up Mark and I give Mark 100% of the money. 100%. I just don't want anything to do with it. I'm not going to get greedy. Mark does enough wonderful favors for me to where I just want to be able to help him out however I can. So 2016, I'm going to show you how you can offer web design and flip it into SEO clients. And that's something that I'm R&Ding and moving forward with, and it's going successfully amazing. So we're going to be talking about that a lot in 2016. Next one we're going to talk about how you can make money is, guys, obviously Amazon and OMG. You can make money with Amazon. And guys, it's pretty simple. You've seen the retail arbitrage. Guys, if you missed the video with Liz Herrera on it, simple as loading up Profit Bandit and scanning stuff, and you're on your way to making money. That's the fastest way to do it. There's other ways to get involved with it, but OMG can make money with Amazon. I don't do it. That doesn't mean that I don't endorse it. A lot of people make a lot of money with it. Liz makes a ton of money. She's one of my best friends, and she's amazing at it. It's just different people are geared for different stuff, and Liz works really hard at it and makes a lot of money at it. So it just depends on which direction you want to go, but Amazon is one of the different ways that you can make money in OMG. Joe, I'll let you elaborate whatever you want to say about it.
I mean, I think you covered that pretty good.
Great.
Yeah, you covered that.
We'll move on to the next one, guys. You can be a consultant. You go, well, what's a consultant? Well, it's pretty simple. Guys, all you really know to do is, guys, how many of you know how to do a site audit? Give me a number one. Give me a number one. Okay, we don't have enough ones. Guys, how hard is it to go to a site audit tool and enter in the web address and hit run? Give me a number 4 if that's too hard for you. Give me a 3 if that sounds about the speed that you're at right now. Right. Well, guys, all I'm saying is that's all you need. And, you can do an analysis of their business website, and you can charge for it. You can charge quite a bit of money. Guys, it's pretty much like this. What we're doing with clients is what I do is I could literally charge a consulting fee for it. I could come in and do a full analysis of their website, how it's doing, look at their analytics or do whatever, and charge them $5,000 for a report. Now, I'm not going to get into that, but that's what you could do. It's another idea. I do know that there's a few OMGers that I've met that aren't turning in income reports that are literally making $5,000, $10,000 a report back to the company. So it's possible to do that. So we will move on to the next one. Anything, guys, where you get paid to consult a business because your knowledge that you have, the amount of people that you're connected to in OMG can make you a consultant. That's all it means. I think we've said enough about that. We'll just move on to the next one. Launch jacking. Guys, give me a number 6 if you know what launch jacking is. Give me a number 6. Give me a number 5 if this is the first time you've ever heard of this. Be honest. Nothing wrong with it. A lot of 5s here, Joe. Joe, tell them what launch jacking is.
All right. So launch jacking is basically when you can do it a couple of ways. Is taking a product and basically ranking for their name. So say, especially when they launch, because when someone's launching a brand new product, obviously it's very easy to rank for because there's no competition. So one of the number 1 products in ClickBank was Venus Factor. About a month before that came out, Mike did a video on this and Venus Factor, and I bought venusfactor.co, made some videos. So when that product launched, I was number 1 for Venus Factor. My video was number 2, and off of that launch, I probably made off that first year with all the income that brought me in. I think it was right around $45,000 for just from that launch jacking that one product. Now, that's more of a long-term launch jack because the product's been around. Another way you can launch jack is if there's calendars you can go to. We used to have one in OMG. We don't anymore, but you can just Google it. And there's calendars out there. I think Chris Munch has one where they show products that are coming out. There's probably 30, 40 products or more a month that come out. So this calendar lists all the products that are coming out, and what you would do is you would find the product, you'd make a video on it or a site, rank it, and then as people are, everyone's emailing their lists, right? Because when the product comes out, everyone emails their list. They start searching for reviews on the product. Then your video comes up, your affiliate link is there, and then you get paid. The only thing you do have to be careful with launch jacking is to make sure that they're not tracking the cookies. So sometimes what they'll do is they'll cookie the person's computer to the first site they go to. So if they get emailed, the offer, they click on it, then they search around. Even though they click on your site, they're still cookied to that first guy that they got the email from. So you want to look at that when you're looking at the cooking. And I've done launch jacking. I've made money with it. Here's the drawback about launch jacking. It's like you're rebuilding your business every month, because a lot of times these 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever, so you put all the time making a website, and boom, you make a little bit of money. Maybe you make a couple grand, $4 or $5 grand, and then they close the product, and boom, you're not making any money. You have to start all over again. Even if you start doing something for an affiliate product, like something hot like Venus Factor, I was number one for a long time, and then all the competition started to pour in, and keep on linking this, or just leave it. So it's more of a temporary kind of deal, and I didn't like having to restart my business all the time.
Great.
But
guys, give me number 3 if you now understand what launch jacking is. Should see a lot of 3s, or if you're 100% clear. Just another analogy, guys. How many times have you seen these videos? You go looking for something and it says OMG is a scam, and it turns out to be an OMG or talking about how great it is. That's a form of launch jacking. They're like trying to get you to click on it and sell the stuff. So they're just overtaking the brand name, trying to get you to buy it and route you through. So good. We went over that. We will get to the next one. Joe, I'll let you go over this one. You can make money with PPC. How can they make money with it, and how much? And is it worth getting into?
Well, pay-per-click, I don't really do a lot of this at all, like Facebook ads and pay-per-click. Where I do PPC or AdWords is I'll do that with my lead gen site, but I'm very careful the way I do it, and you have to really know what you're doing. I would say this is I would vote this as one of the toughest things, because you could lose money very, very quickly. If you don't know what you're doing. With PPC, because you're actually paying for people to click on whatever it is you're selling. So if you're not converting super well, you're pouring out more money that you're bringing in. That's big. I mean, I know guys doing Facebook PPC and everything else where they'll show numbers where they're like, look, I brought in 30,000 this month, but what they don't tell you is pay 35,000 for that traffic, so they're below $5 grand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an advanced technique for sure.
Right, and guys, this is very deceiving also. With like pay-per-click, I want to make it very clear. There's very few people that are making 20% of the total ad spend. It's normally what, Joe, around 15% probably. Isn't that about the norm?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's very tight margins.
Right. So then look, let's say that you had a client that like came to you, and I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake that I've ever made in my agency was this. There was a promoter that came to me in St. Louis, and I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but St. Louis has the second largest Mardi Gras celebration in the United States. It does. I mean, it brings out 40, 50,000 people. It just gets insane. And it happens every February around the same time that Mardi Gras in New Orleans goes. So these guys, it's crazy how many people drive in for it. And this promotion company came to me and then said, we want to Facebook advertise and blast St. Louis to let them know about Mardi Gras. And so what I thought is, you know what? I was stupid And I thought, hey, this is a means to an end. I'm going to help them out. I'm going to get some more business. So what happened is, my girlfriend at the time is my Facebook expert. So I put her on it. And so finally, after I got them closed, they only wanted to spend $5,000. And at 15%, guys, how much money is that? So I finally had to say, look, for this $5,000, I have to charge you at least $850, which was way more than 15%. They agreed to it. And I'm going to tell you guys, it was the biggest nightmare for her and I over those 2 weeks, changing out the pictures on Facebook every freaking day, split testing, doing this, watching it. Literally, I felt like I was washing dishes in a diner for $800 for 2 weeks worth of work, guys. It was literally that crazy. And I'm just telling you, be very careful when you get involved in PPC. And guys, be very careful when people tell, oh, we're making tons of money in PPC, managing it for clients. Because I'm going to tell you what some of these agencies do, and this is true. You'll like hear people say, hey, holy crap, man, we're doing $65K a month. Notice they'll like use the word we're billing $65K a month. Guys, what they're not telling you is they're even taking a bigger risk than ever. What they're doing is they're taking these companies and they're paying for the PPC themselves, because all these big companies come and they go, we're not paying for that in advance. You buy it and you bill us. So answer me this. How would you like to have a company come to you right now and say, we want to do $75,000 worth of PPC for the next 6 months, but you have to bill us at the end of 30 days, and we have 15 days before we're late? Give me a number 5 if you would like to do that. Yeah. How about a number 6 if that would scare the hell out of you? I mean, even me, as much money as I make, that even scares me that I'd be out $75K a month. What if they defaulted? What if they went out of business? What if I couldn't get the money? Guys, it's risky. So always listen for it. When someone uses a word, yeah, we've billed out X amount of dollars, that means that they're fronting the money for AdWords and trying to collect it on the back end. And they're only getting 15 to 20%. So if you look at it, the risk, the juice ain't worth the squeeze on this. So this is one of the reasons why I've cut it out of my business altogether. And there's people that just do this, and I refer them over to it. Just, hey, go to someone else that does this sort of stuff. When you're in Facebook advertising, it just becomes monotonous. Honestly, I'd rather you punch me in the face than for me to do it. Well, the question here, Cotton, how do you sell the benefit of SEO over PPC? You know what? That's a good question, and I'll answer it because I keep getting this thing come up a lot. Is, guys, PPC is a black hole. It never ends. So, for instance, to stay number 1 in SEO or to stay number 1 in certain niches, if you go and really search for PPC prices, even things like personal injury attorney for DUI attorney or for dentist or things like this, the keywords can literally get up to, in some major metropolitan areas, well over $100 per click. So, guys, you and I both know that when you click on something, you just seen the hot seat. There's no guarantee that they're going to buy to anything. Generally, no matter what, you're only going to get about probably 2 of 10 convert. So if you're at $120 a click and you got to spend $1,000 to get 2 clients, you better have a high markup. So what it basically comes down to is SEO stops the bleeding. You can get a return of your investment. And that's why I'm not one of these people that keep my clients beyond when I've ranked them, and I turn them into my employees and have them start sending me referrals. Because what happens is this client that's paying me $6,000 a month, when I'm done with him in 7 months, he can send me 4 more clients, and I've almost doubled my income off of him. So that's what it is. So he can get a return on his investment that he's put into SEO. If you continually pay for SEO, generally people that keep clients a very long time have a very low fee, very low. You're not going to keep a lot of clients around for years and years at $6K a month. You're just not. You'll keep a lot of clients around. What I've noticed, people that are $1,500, $1,200, that's not the business that I'm in, and there's nothing wrong with that. But so what I'm saying is that's the main difference. One is a black hole that never ends. Another one is a return on investment if you sell it that way. So, and secondly, a lot of people block their ads. They block their ads. I block my ads. Like if you look on my screen up here, do you see this up here? This little thing here where my mouse is? This is an ad blocker. I can do a search for Google right now, and we can go to St. Louis SEO, and you can look, I have no ads. Let me put it in there. There's no ads on the page. There's no ads because I blocked them all. So how effective, guys? If you can't see this, ad blocking, black hole, if you can't see that, you're going to lose. And secondly, not everyone is going to be using Google. As soon as Firefox switched over to incorporate that their integrated Yahoo was their number one search, Google lost, what was that, Joe? Probably, what did they say, about 11% of their search?
Yeah, I don't know, it was a good amount.
Yeah. And here's what happens is we can bring up, Yahoo or someone else. I'm still in the top 3 over there. So PPC enables you to keep your website weak, to keep you dependent on Google. It's like crack. It's like them keeping you on crack, keeping you weak, keeping you paying, and keeping you jonesing to stay at the top instead of it actually getting there. So that's why. Is that a big kind of, does that kind of help you guys in an explanation? If not, I can give you a better one. Just give me a 5 if that helped. Give me a 5 if that helped you guys. Great. Just wanted to go over it. And it's nothing that I really get a lot, but just you got to remember, and you're right, Joshua Ferris, it is like crack. AdWords are like crack for businesses that keeps the site weak. The site can't get strength, and its organic ranking is never going to improve. It's just, and I'm not against it. Joe, what do you normally say when people ask you that?
No, what I tell them is, it says right now your advertising is an expense to your company.
Right.
So you're paying PPC, it's an expense. Your phone stops ringing. You're doing yellow pages. You're doing flyers. You got a kid on the corner at the cardboard. Whatever it is that's all an expense. When I build your site, rank it number 1, that's an asset. That's something that's going to bring in leads. And I tell them I'm going to rank them for hundreds places, whatever. It's like then leads are going to come on, nonstop once I'm number 1. So I kind of sell it to them like it's an asset for their business, so it can go in the asset column, not the expense column, even though that's not really what it is, but that's how I portray it.
Guys, if you don't know how to block all ads, I keep getting these questions. It's Ads Block Plus. It's an extension on Chrome that you could just put on it. It blocks all the ads. No matter where I go, I don't get any ads anywhere I go. Not even on Facebook. Not even there. So, guys, what we're going to do is how would you like to see another 200 ways to make money very, very quickly in an infograph? Give me, you know what? Want you to give me hashtag infograph. I had one made up very, very, very quickly for the webinar while I was in Austin because I knew we were going to go over this. It's going to be very helpful. It's going to help you go over everything that we're going to talk about right now. Go over there, and we have right now about 300 people on. If we get 100 people, hashtag infograph, Joe and I is going to go over it very quickly. I'm going to give it to you. Spent about $150 getting this together for you guys. I already see a couple errors on it. I just said I'm not going to mess with it right now. I'll go back and correct it on the website over the next couple of days. But I want to see if you guys want an infograph like that to be able to help you out. Let's go over to the Facebook group and see what everyone's doing. We got it over here. Where are we at? There we go. Let me hit refresh. Sometimes this stuff gets going so fast. So what we're going to do is, guys, let me go ahead and drop the link over here. And I want you to go here because we're going to talk about it right now. And I want you to have it up live. You don't have to look at this anymore. You can just listen to me. But I'm going to send it to everyone. Let me know. Give me a 2 if you got it. And just click on the link and go directly to it. Number 2 if you were able to pull it up. Great. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about this. briefly and talk about 200 ways to make money online. And give me a number 5 if you're on the site and you're able to pull it up. Want to make sure everyone's there. Great. Yeah, just go to the site, pull it up. I want you guys to see it big and clear. And you can just listen to me. We're going to go directly off this the rest of the webinar. So I would rather you have something that's crystal clear to look at than to look at that little bitty screen. So there we go. So we're going to talk about this right now. Guys, freelancing is another way that you can make a lot of money. And that's when we're going to get to the first topic at. And guys, there's a lot of different ways that you can make money from freelancing. Guys, Becker just put up a group called Source Market that is geared towards selling your services. Now, guys, what we don't want to do is think that you're going to sell services to OMG, because the last thing we want you to do is just to think you're going to cannibalize off the members and make a living. There's too many people that already try to do that, and it's just a bad business model. And second of all, we're not going to allow any selling in OMG after 2016 anyway. No one's going to be allowed to sell anything in there. So, guys, you could do writing, ebooks, whatever. You could offer to do articles and put them over in Becker's group. There's people making a lot of money. Graphic design, programming, customer service, anything from PPC or setting up, even setting up someone's Facebook ads account or setting up an AdWords account, and that's it. You can charge 10 or 15 bucks. If it takes you a couple minutes to do it, you can hire a VA to do it. You can put it over in Source Market. Let me see if I can bring this up. Source Market, Becker's group that he put up. Hold on.
And then while you're getting that too, is along this line, it's like I remember there was someone who was having a hard time paying their rent.
Yep.
And but they were real good at making these sparkle animated videos.
Sure.
So they went and they sold it on people per hour.
Right.
So
sure.
It's not going to get you rich, but it may get you some money in your pocket.
Right. What we're talking about, guys, not a career. We're like talking about this whole sheet we're going to be talking about right here is your transitional money, how you can pay for OMG, pay for your PBNs, get some money in your pocket instantly. Guys, if you know how to speak another language, guys, I'm sorry, but it's easier to rank in other countries. You can translate pages over to other people. You could set up a program on Source Market to do that. Obviously, SEO. Places you can do this at to make it happen, guys, 99 Designs, Elance. Just as Joe said, people per hour, Odesk, I think they've changed their name, Text Broker, Freelance Switch, Fiverr, Freelancer, Behance, all of these places you can make a little bit of cash part-time. Just doing things you're already good at or selling small services for money just to support your memberships or fronting your PBNs or whatever. Guys, if this is something that you guys are happy about getting or just going over, give me a number 7 if you're finding this cool or helpful or just anything else. Want to make sure. Great. Okay. Guys, we talked about affiliate marketing there before, and this is why I wanted to give this to you so we could give all these places for you to. Affiliate marketing can be done through ClickBank, Amazon Associates, Bluehost, Commission Junction. Guys, listen, you can even set up web hosting. I mean, think about it, guys. If you went and rented out 100 sites and sold them to OMG or whatever, I mean, I don't know. Sell it to other businesses, web hosting or whatever. Make money that way. eBay. Guys, you can sell stuff off eBay. There's another site that does incredibly well. Guys, if you make arts and crafts or just whatever, a lot of places you can sell. Craigslist, Etsy, eBay, Cafe Press, Zazzle, all these other places you can do. We're jumping down here really quickly, guys. CPM marketing. And guys, this is the same thing that we talked about, CPA. And these are all the places that you can go find these at, what Joe talks about, which is the cost per action, making people do a phone call, maybe getting an email address, getting them to opt in to something. And that's OfferVolt, Max Bounty, Above All Offers, Never Blue, Peerfly, CPA DNA. These are some places that you can do that. Content sharing. We never went over this. Boy, these guys did a horrible job on spelling, didn't they? Putting that thing together. I made them do it in 24 hours. Like they didn't even run it through. So I don't even know.
Screen, yeah.
God, I'd like to slap these people. So, guys, there's lots of places that like you can do for content sharing revenue. Joe, have you ever made any money off content sharing?
Yeah, I made YouTube videos when that I made money off of.
Can you explain to people exactly what content sharing is for those of them that just have never heard of it? Guys, and I want you to be honest with me. Give me a 6 if you've never heard of content sharing. It's okay. Give me a 6 if you've never heard that you can make money off content sharing. It's a lot of people, Joe. So you might want to just kind of explain what content sharing is.
Well, what I did with YouTube is when I signed up as a YouTube partner, then what they'll do is you get revenue for every time, they'll put ads on your video, and you get paid when people watch your video, or they'll put it before, or sometimes they'll put a little thing inside the video they can click on, and then you get a little bit of revenue when you do that.
Great. And what we did is listed all the places you can do that. Squiddo Hub pages, the the Yahoo Contributor Network, InfoBarrel, Digital Journal, all these places where you can do that. Joe, I'll let you handle the next one. How can you make money through video marketing?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like we talk about. You just put something on, you could put something on YouTube, Vimeo, you rank it, and then you run people to one of your offers. I mean, we have tons of stuff on how to do video marketing.
Great.
So
great video marketing. Joe, I'll let you talk about this. How can I make money through site flipping?
Site flipping, I've done this, and it's basically kind of like flipping a house. Maybe you get an old site. You can even find it. A lot of people know what Flip It is. Flip It is a site that sells. People are selling their websites that make them some money. Sometimes they don't make any money. So what I've done before is I've gone on Flipper, bought a site that was getting some traffic or had the information I needed on it. Maybe it was making $100, $200 a month. Redid it a little bit, ranked it, brought it up to making $1,500 a month, then for 10 times the money. So this is something you can do. It is, again, a little bit time consuming, can take you down a rabbit hole. But so I would, if you're experienced, then you can look more into that one.
Great. Next, blogging. Joe, how can these people make money off blogging?
Well, I mean, again, this I think would tie into affiliate sites, that if you're doing blogs and people can follow your blog. So like I had a blog a while ago on, and I was selling survival food, right? And so I would make videos on that, run them to my blog, which I would have articles on, or I would post my articles on different sites, like Before It's News, or where there's traffic, where people are going to find out news. I post my article and I drive people back to my blog. And you can even build a community if you're really into something, like say you're really into gardening, if you're really into one kind of niche or hobby activity, you build a Facebook group or something, make videos, you start getting natural traffic, you run them to your site where you give them tips and advice. Now you become trusted, you become a party. So if you say, hey, listen, for my garden, I really like using, these tools that I got a deal on Amazon, here's a link, boom, then you make money, and because they already trust you. Mm-hmm. It's like building your own community.
We have an interesting question. It says, what hasn't Joe done? Joe, how long have you been doing internet marketing?
Probably, since about 2010.
That's a 5 long years, guys. I'm like telling you, Joe's a wealth of knowledge. I mean, I run a lot of stuff past him. It's either, people that I'm not sure about stuff, or if I've got, hey, what do you guys think about this? That I put their eyes on it to make sure I'm doing stuff right. Joe's one of them. Joe Fletch, Stephen Floyd, always my trusted advisors. That's like who I've got in my circle to make sure that I'm on the right path. These guys are Swiss Army knives of internet marketing. Trust me. Q&A. How can you do this? How can you make money off this, Joe? And have you done this?
I mean, okay. So for Q&A, what I've done is, yeah. I mean, it depends on how you do it. Like if you get into forums or man, what's that site? You don't have it on here, but I forget the name of the site.
Right.
I've used before.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a site where you could answer questions, but you couldn't really promote yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a plugin that would iframe. Basically, I would send them to a site and say, hey, here's more information on weight loss. And it would look like it's Dr. Oz's site, but it was really my site that iframed his site anyway. So, I mean, it's basically where you go in, you answer questions, and then you try people over to your product.
Right.
Your offer. I mean, this is a lot of people use this for CPA, where they can get an email or try to get people into like an affiliate offer.
Yeah, I mean, guys, how hard would it be to go to a expert forum where people did digital marketing or just anything else, and you answered SEO questions and routed them over to the answer to one of your sites? You think people's going to see that and draw traffic over to your site? Just think about that. So. Next one, Joe. I know you've done this. Don't deny it, guys. I want to see how many of you give me, and be honest. Give me a number 2 if you've done this. Paid surveys. Give me a number 2 that you've at least signed up and tried it. I want to see. Come on now. I know we've all done it. Look, Danny Garcia's made a killing off of it. He said he's made 80 cents. You know what, Danny? We didn't get an income report on that. Please turn that in. Guys, almost all of you, if you've been in internet marketing for a little bit, have probably seen this. Joe, is there any way to make money in this of any sort of relevance?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, everyone's done it. You're not going to make anything worth anything. The only way to make money with this is if you are the guy doing the on the other end, which you can with a CPA offer. You can actually create your own surveys and stuff and get paid. But filling out surveys, nah.
Yeah, but I know a guy who knows a guy who happens to know a guy.
Oh, look. It's like The Walking Dead. There's a zombie. You're back alive, man.
I'm back.
Yeah, that squeaky toy in the background with your dog.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Right. And also we're going to move on to PPC marketing. We've already talked about this and how difficult it is. We thought we would throw all of these other things on there about how you can make money. Now, Gregory, didn't you put your profile up and actually pay-per-click that on Plenty of Fish?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Success?
No. Epic fail. Jesus.
But guys, these are some of the top ad networks also. And we're just moving along quickly. Joe, I'll let you talk about this. Email marketing. How can you make money off email marketing?
Well, again, I mean, the way I do it is running people into a funnel. So it's like, again, if you're running people from a video, say a YouTube video, over to say a ClickBank product, instead of sending them right to the landing page, you send them to a forced opt-in, you collect their email, and then you remarket with them over time.
Great. Guys, I'm going to give you a great form of what email marketing is. How many of you guys enjoy the OMG emails that Mike puts out almost every day, keeping you updated on what's going on, all that stuff? Give me a 5 if you enjoy reading those, hearing about the income reports, hearing about what's going on, what webinars, what's coming up. That is a definite form of email marketing, keeping you in the loop of what's going on. Mike uses Aweber. These are some of the things right here that what email marketing can be used for. Next one, Joe, have you done this? Investing and lending.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I've done investing. I haven't done any lending successfully.
Right. Maybe I should get into these micro loans and start charging people loan shark money. So, no, you can make money this way. We'll move on to the next one. Joe, how can they make money off creating a membership site? What's the most successful membership site that you know of, Joe?
Man, I don't know. Network Crusader. That's one.
How about OMG? Damn, Joe.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
guys,
just-
give me a
answer, Joe.
hashtag. Give me a hashtag. What's up, Joe? Come on.
I like your first answer, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm just busting chops. I knew what you were looking for. I wanted to throw a curveball.
That's right. Chris Lee said, "For shame."
Oh, I actually like Paul's response right above Chris Lee.
Yeah. Yeah. He said it's probably porn. We know what Paul's doing on his spare time, don't we? Sorry, Paul. Hashtag TMI is what it is. Too much information. So right, and it's true. So Joe, how do you make money off creating a membership site? Obviously, OMG is the perfect model of that.
Yeah. Basically, you bring people in and you give them information on whatever, and you charge them monthly. I mean, if you want to do a membership site, you can do it for, again, if you go back to that blogging and whatever niche you're in, if you can provide people with constant information that's useful, and get, 20, I mean, OMG is different, but if you get a small site getting $20-30 a month, and you get 1,000 people, there's $30,000 a month. So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Great, guys. This covers the whole infograph. Guys, if you found the infograph at least helpful or even fun to have, just give me a 4. I mean, I can start doing up a lot more of these infographics for us now that I've found a good guy to do it. I've got a lot of information set on the side. So, this is something that you can go back and look through, just kind of bookmark it, go back through and look at it at your own will, but at least it gives you something to remember the webinar by. I'm going to probably start trying to provide a little bit more of these infographics with some webinars every now and then, as long as I have time. I thought this was appropriate to do. Didn't take much to come up with, so glad you guys liked it. Well, guys, pretty much what we want to do is we don't want to drag out the webinar. I want Joe or Gregory to go over any of their last words about the webinar or any final questions that you guys might had. We'll go ahead and answer, but I'm going to turn it over to Joe and Gregory with their last words, and then we can just go from there.
All right. I mean, listen, it was a great webinar, man. I had a great time, and you guys just, no matter what you're making, if you're just starting, whether it's $100, $500, $1,000, I mean, the point is just get started, get making money. That's going to be, without making money, you don't have a business. So, it just was a pleasure being on here with Greg and Cotton, like always.
Great. Gregory?
Yep, I agree with Joe 100%, and just like he said, it's always fun being on with you guys. Sorry I wasn't as active as I normally am because of this new puppy, but it was fun listening to you guys in the background. So just like Joe said, at the end of the day, it's all about making money, and whether you're making $1, $100, or $1,000 a month, it doesn't matter. Just continue to focus on making money.
Right. Guys, one of the things that I really want you to take away from this, especially when it comes down to this infograph, guys, don't think that it's a bad thing if you have to take a job at an SEO agency, especially to pay the bills. The number one thing I want you to do is if you don't have a job right now, get a job. Took a big risk and don't say, well, I'm going to do what you did, Cotton, and take a chance. Well, that's great. But if you can get a job at $80,000 a year, being an SEO director of a company, do it. Don't have too much pride not to go on some of these sites right here, like Elance or People by the Hour, some of these other places, or even sell your services on some of Becker's stuff to make ends meet. I wasn't smart enough to do that or didn't have that advice given to me up front. So if you're in a bind right now, you can get a lot of deals off of some of these sites. There's a lot of people I know that I think I heard it from Mike that Mary Summer got her start off going on one of these freelance sites that I have on the screen right now. Guys, it doesn't hurt that to go on these sites. These are people that are needing SEO deals and wanting people to work on their sites right now. Guys, if it can bring $4,000 a month in, don't get me wrong. That's better than you making zero. It's better than you making zero. So just don't overlook stuff like that. Find any way you can to pay your rent, pay your bills, pay OMG, pay for your PBNs, then you can stop and move up to bigger and better things. So that's the only message that I want to get across. I wanted to give you guys every possible avenue to make money. We really care if you make money or not. The reason that you find Joe, me, and Gregory so passionate, guys, there's nothing more that I want for you than for you to make as much money as possible. And we get passionate about you making the right decisions. So check out these sites. Guys, check out places that are asking for SEOs. 9 times out of 10, guys, do you not think that if you went to one of these places like Elance or Freelancer or any of these other places and they're asking for an SEO expert and they're only willing to pay $1,500 for the deal, do you not think there's a possibility for more work in the future? Or that they might refer you to someone else? When you get to talking to someone, it's possible. So, guys, if that makes sense, just give me a number 1, if that makes sense. If you're not making money right now, just don't hesitate to start taking some of these jobs and looking when people are asking to give you money. If they're hey, look, I want you to work on my site. Guys, my first client was $1,000. If that's what you need to get rolling in your confidence, go and do that. So that's the message that I want to get across to you guys. Pay the bills, do whatever it takes, but be making money at the same time. It's possible. If it gets too long, you're like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, go out and get a job and still study OMG. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be here for a while. With that, guys, I hope you've enjoyed Joe's hot seat mashed up with assimilation. We did it because I was in Austin at Jimmy's event and didn't have time to do it through traveling purposes and assimilation. Next week, we'll be back to normal. I will tell you this, and I want your response on this. Guys, what if I told you that I am going to have someone on assimilation next week that is just as talented as Jimmy Kelly, as Derek Owasiak, as all of the top technical SEOs, and you probably never heard of him? You probably never knew that Jimmy and Derek would consider them their equals? And I'm going to introduce you to him next week. But not only that, even though you've never heard of him, he's been an OMG a year. He's one of the top underground SEOs in the world. And you're going to get to meet him at OMG Live. And he's going to give you a lesson next week that's going to blow your mind. So, guys, if you're excited about that, to hear the next superstar that you're going to have come from assimilation. And yes, I have checked him out backwards and forwards. He is the real deal. Jimmy will vouch for him. I will vouch for him. Derek will vouch for him. Joshua Earp will vouch for him. All of us will vouch for him, is what I'm telling you. We're going to unleash him next week. And I think that you are going to be in for a treat to have another superstar that you're going to have to learn from. And I'm very excited about it. So that's what assimilation is going to be about next week. Guys, please stay tuned for that, because I promise you, you're going to know who this guy is backwards and forwards after this webinar, and we're going to continue to use him. And he will be at OMG Live. We're trying to see if we can get him to speak, but this guy can do things on levels that, equal or, even some different levels than like Jimmy and Derek can do, and some of us can. I'm excited to introduce him to you. So we're going to keep him under wraps until next week. But I can tell you this. Answer me this one question. I'll let you guys go. How many of you like Social Explosion? Give me a number 7. If you like Social Explosion and you've used it. Guys, he's also the creator of Social Explosion. That's how high level we're talking about here. So if you're excited about that, guys, at the end of the webinar, I want to see you post #superstar, because that's who we're going to introduce you to, and he's going to be the next OMG superstar, I promise you. So we're going to have him on it, and he's going to blow you away. Put it in the Facebook group, guys. We'll see you next week on Assimilation. Joe will resume his hot seats next week as well. Pleasure talking to you guys. By the way, I'm sorry I haven't had the replay up from last week. I will get them both up by the end of the day tomorrow for you. I will make sure that I get this one up quickly. So, guys, I'll see you next week. Thanks, Gregory and Joe. Always a pleasure. Bye.
All right, see ya.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.